closed captioning for Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Baptist Healthcare.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Week 4 of Friday Night Rivals. So good to have you with us tonight, live from Choctaw High School, where Pine Forest has made the two-county trip. I'm Christian Garman alongside Jeff Price. And Jeff, here we go, Week 4, and tonight should be a really good game. You've been talking about Choctaw all season.
Yeah, well, I'll start with Pine Forest. They probably got the toughest three-game stretch they're in right now in the entire Panhandle. They gotta find a way to maybe stop the losing skid they're under right now. And for Choctaw, well, they're number 5 in 4A. They've been feeling themselves lately. By the way, they give up 14 points this entire season. That was in the very first game against a really good Gulf Shores team. Crestview, Navarre, past 2 weeks, both shutouts. So they play Niceville next week. We'll have them live here. Maybe a look-ahead game. Maybe I'm trying to make something out of nothing. We'll see tonight.
Can't wait to find out. And in just a moment, we're going to get Jeff's keys to victory. But first, of course, we go to Haley Samples with our sideline report. Hey, Haley.
Hey guys, it is a beautiful day for yet another Friday Night Rivals game. The teams have already been out here getting warmed up and ready for tonight's match, and we had the chance to speak with some outstanding scholar athletes. We'll have some more on that and coming up in just a bit, but as always, I'll be down here on the sidelines all night long, bringing you guys more updates. Back to you.
Thanks, Haley, and looking forward to those stories with those scholar athletes. That should be fun. So, Jeff, let's talk keys to victory. And why don't we start with Pine Forest? We had them last week. The offense didn't look great last week. They've got a tall task ahead tonight.
Yeah, again, we talked about a tough stretch. Continues tonight for them. It does get easier as the season goes on. But they will get the junior quarterback, number 14, Ja'Cory Thomas, back. Remember, we talked about him last week. We don't know why he wasn't playing. He seemed like he was okay. Doesn't matter. He's playing tonight. We're excited to see if he can get that offense back rolling again.
Yeah, maybe a different Pine Forest offense tonight. Meanwhile, for Choctaw, they're 3-0. As you said, they've pitched a couple of shutouts. They're looking really good. They'd love to move to 4-0. How do they do it?
Well, Ja'Cory Thomas, welcome back if you're Pine Forest. Problem is you're probably playing the best defense in the entire Panhandle. Look, this team is really good. They're fast. They're quick. They average almost 3 interceptions a game, but it doesn't even stop there. The quarterback position, Taman Zabatakis, that young man can run it, he can throw it, he can extend a play with his legs, he doesn't turn the football over. He's the real deal. You're going to find out why tonight.
I think we're hearing why you said early on that Choctaw is one of, if not the best teams in the area. And by the way, when these two teams played last year, it went into overtime and Pine Forest got the win. So Choctaw, another reason for a win tonight, a little revenge from last year. It's Friday Night Rivals, Pine Forest at Choctaw. Kickoff is next.
Try.
Welcome back, folks. Glad to have you with us. And don't look now, but Jeff, in the last 5 minutes, a little light rain has started. I don't think it's going to be a big problem all night, but that's just the new fly in the ointment.
New fly in the ointment. I
You
did
like
not
that?
expect that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean, didn't you have a little inside information that there was a
No.
shower close by?
Listen, tonight I'm getting paid to do this, not weather,
Okay.
so I didn't look. But, yeah, so a little light rain. Also, by the way, Pine Forest won the coin toss. They deferred, so that Choctaw offense is going to hit the field first, Jeff, which means we're going to get a look at Taman Zabatakis. And you've been talking about this kid. He is a terrific, smooth quarterback with a pretty big arm.
He is extremely fun to watch. Watching the film of him the past few games, and very smooth. You're going to see a release. Can throw it down the field when he needs to. Just everything with ease. Very smart player. Will take off. He doesn't necessarily want to take off and run, but he can take off. Again, we talked about it in the open. He can extend the play with his legs. And, again, if he needs to, he is a tough runner. So for Pine Forest, we know they got a little speed on that defense, but can they play some assignment football tonight?
We're about to find out. Amir Reese is back to receive. It's a short kick and fielded at about the 23-yard line and stuck at about the 34-yard line, but not a bad place for the offense to begin if you're Choctaw for this home crowd.
Yeah, the 3-0 Choctaw Indians going to, again, the high power. It's not necessarily, I will take that back. It's not necessarily a high-powered offense. They play off their defense, and you see it right there. LeBerg, Pena, Christ, Johnson, and Bravo up front. Spence, Burks, Keller. Look out for Keller. He's pretty darn good, too. By the way, Zion Legree transferred from Pine Forest over here to Choctaw. You got Brechtel and Zabatakis.
Let me tell you, the great Dan Shugart texted me early in the week and said, heads up on Legree. Great player, as you just noted as well. So here we go. We're ready to roll as the offense is on the field. Choctaw 3-0. They've shut out their last two opponents in Navarre and Crestview, and they've scored a lot of points, 42 and 28 respectively in those games, and they'd love to do it again tonight. And right away they're going to hand it off, and that, I believe, is Von Keller, who tries to get outside, not able to do it. Good little defensive play there from Pine Forest.
Yeah, we were talking about before the game. You know, the bright side of this for Pine Forest and this defense is they've got speed on the edges. Can they contain Zabatakis in this run game? And you see that defense right there. You saw them last week. They got their quarterback this week. They're excited. You got Pickett, Davis, Henderson, Mosley, Brown, Payne, Weatherall. Look out for him. Andrews, Henderson, Hurd, and Clark.
Yeah, Weatherall had a great game last week. Second down and 11 there. That was a 1-yard loss on first down. Meanwhile, Choctaw's got trips out here to the left. Maybe trying to put this thing in the air after the loss. Sure enough, Zabatakis is going to throw, but it ends up being just out in the flat. And Vaughn's got some run here. He got plenty of room, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College as Vaughn Miller passes midfield and picks up about 14 yards on the first big play of the game for Choctaw.
Yeah, watching a lot of it. They'll run this quick screen game. You see Von Keller right there. Good back. Zabatakis gets all the credit necessarily. Zabatakis doesn't say that. Everybody else gives him the credit, including me. But Keller, really good back out of the backfield. Choctaw's always had a really good back. They had Tab for so many years, rushing for thousands of yards. But this is still a really good offensive line and good running game.
With Legree, and obviously we've already seen Keller having a big night, and obviously Zabatakis running a QB. They have a really nice offense, and he's under some pressure here. Ultimately just throws it away. Good, smart play from the senior quarterback who's under some pressure.
Yeah, you see him just, again, extend plays with his legs, trying to let the play develop instead of just take off and run, see if anybody can bust free. But a smart player. He's got one interception on the year. He's not really going to turn the football over. He's not going to try to force the issue. Really smart quarterback.
And you don't see that much in high school. That's awesome.
Gives him another chance.
Yeah, that's really good. Good to see. So it's obviously it's a nothing gain there. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and right at the 49-yard line. Miller is in the backfield. Looks like Zabatakis still trying to get a little extra here from Coach Beasley. 2nd down, 10. Keep this one on the ground. It is Miller, and he will maybe pick up a yard or two, but it's going to be 3rd and long, so a nice opportunity here for the Pine Forest defense to make an early statement and maybe get their offense on the field thinking to stop.
Yeah, remember last week, Pine Forest gave Niceville, especially early on, all they wanted. They got some turnover, 2 interceptions early on. I mean, this secondary is pretty darn good as well, and you got to give that front four pretty good credit as well. They held their own. They just got wore out. Niceville finally made a couple big plays and executed some, but this is a very stout defense.
All right, 3rd down and 9, right at midfield, sitting on the 50 here. Zabatakis is going to throw. And he's got his man, and sure enough, that's going to be a first down and then some, down to about the 37-yard line.
Looky, Zion Legree, the Pine Forest transfer.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Legree, the senior wide receiver, played for the Eagles, and now playing for Choctaw, and makes a big play on 3rd and long.
Yeah, covered by Weatherall, probably their best cover corner right there, probably one of the best players on defense.
Yeah.
And that's not just on this defense, that's on any defense. But Legree finds a way, cuts back, and Zavatakis finds the open man for a first down.
1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. This time it's Von Miller who will power his way for a pickup of about 3 right down to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. And by the way, the rain is still coming down. So that's just interesting. Oh, by the way, it showed up right at kickoff, basically.
Yeah, and another thing to make note of, this is not a big play offense. What you see, this is what they're going to do. They're going to drain that defense. They're going to pick and pop when they need to, and if they can, if they get that opportunity, they will play action pass for the deep pass.
All right, 2nd down and 7. And again, Zavatakis will look over to his coach for some final instruction with 12 still on the play clock, plenty of time. Rain's actually picked up just a little bit. Keeping it on the ground, and here comes Miller the other way, and he's got a ton of room. It'll be a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 down to the 25-yard line as the counter comes the other way.
Yeah, you see right there why he is so deadly. Von Keller, watch this young man. He just does exactly what's asked, nothing special, running straight downhill, and then boom, right there, first down again. Right when you think on Pine Forest, if you're playing that defense, you think we got to stop. Maybe we got a chance, get them in a 3rd down. They always find a way to move the sticks.
Yep, that's exactly right. They've done it again. It is now 1st and 10, and they're knocking on the door of the Synovus red zone down to the 24-yard line. Miller having a very big drive. He's the lone back in the backfield, and he's going to get his hands on the ball again. Comes out right this time, and that speed shows off as he finds the edge, and he will get all the way down to about the 10-yard line for another Pensacola State College, and now Jeff inside the Synovus red zone.
Yeah, Jasari Brown, the number 11 right there on defense, defensive end position. Watch. He recognizes it. He's pretty darn quick, by the way, but Keller's just a little bit faster, gets that edge.
Definitely showed off that speed as he gets to the 10-yard line. And I'm trying to figure out if it's 1st and goal or 1st and 10. They are right on the 10. Looks like it's 1st and goal. Yep. So 1st and goal the hard way, because they've got to get every bit of those 10 yards to get into the end zone here. Zavatakis out of the gun. He's going to throw it this time. Nice little, to the corner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Good defensive play, no flag. Nearly placed it perfectly to Legree, but ultimately incomplete.
Yeah, again, there it is. Justin Weatherall, we talked about the best cover corner probably in the area. Really, really good player. You're going to see him play on Saturday for sure. And Zavatakis throws a ball that only his man can have a chance to catch, but Weatherall not making it easy.
Yeah, for sure. So they try to hit Legree. That's a smart thing to do. But Weatherall was there, played some fine D, and it'll be 2nd down now and goal.
You feel like there was a little intention going to Legree for the touchdown? Just to,
a
little poke in the bear action.
100%. He played for the Eagles, and they're going to give it to Miller here, who's been running for yardage so far on every play, and he picks up about 4 more. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Looks like right about the 6, maybe the 5. Yeah, looks like they're going to put him at the 6. So remember, it's an end goal situation. Got to get into the end zone here. No first down. 8:07 to go.
Here we go. 4 minutes off the clock to start the game. This is exactly what Choctaw drew up.
You said it. Yep. Just going to keep running these plays. And I mean, why not keep running it on the ground, too? Miller's picking up yardage every time he's carrying the ball. Sometimes for 12, sometimes for 4. Both are very good. 3rd down and goal right now. This time, Zavatakis is going to keep it himself as he rolls out and wide open. And sure enough, Mr. Legree gets that touchdown, and you know that meant something special as he gets it against his former team, Choctaw, with a very impressive first drive. Seemingly tough to stop. Here's another look, Jeff.
Yeah, just a play action, rolls to the opposite side. Legree wide open. That's a Forrest Jordan Associates. That's the generator guys. Touchdown.
So nicely set up by the fact that, of course, Von Miller just kept running for yardage, and that obviously is going to open up those plays. And now on for the extra point is Kyler Galkowski. It's up, it's good, and it is 7-0 Choctaw. That didn't take too long. 7:38 to go here in the first quarter. When we come back, it's Pine Forest's turn to answer.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering Friday Night Rivals.
All right, here we go. Choctaw comes out and scores with little to no difficulty on their first possession. And now the Pine Forest offense will get its turn. And Jeff, I have to say, we had Pine Forest last week, but as we have pointed out, Thomas, their starting quarterback, did not play. We don't know why, but as you said in the open, it doesn't matter. He is playing tonight. So anyone who watched us last week, I think may see a pretty different offense tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you go back and look at it, Tyler Floyd came in and played quarterback, the young sophomore for him.
That's right.
And got much better
Through
as the game went on.
Oh, yeah,
Obviously,
totally.
there were some wrinkles they were trying to figure out. But again, Ja'Cory Thomas was the guy, the junior quarterback. So probably it's going to look more like what it did towards the end, play calling wise. But I'm excited to see this Pine Forest offense.
I am too. And we're about to get our shot here. As that is fielded down at about the 2-yard line by Justin Weatherall.
Oh boy.
And he is hit at about the 9-yard line. So nothing doing there. And for this Pine Forest offense, they are going to have a tall order as they're going to start deep in their own territory back at about the 9-yard line. Here's another look.
Yeah, you almost wonder why Weatherall didn't let that go. I mean, it looked like could have went out of bounds if anything. It goes through the end zone, but
he's a playmaker.
Make a play.
Yeah, he's a
absolutely.
playmaker.
If you want a ball in the guy's hands to make a play, that's the guy right there.
So here we go. So with regard to Ja'Cory Thomas, obviously we didn't see him last week. He's got an arm, but he's a big threat with his feet. Yeah.
Yes. He can do a little bit of everything, much like Zavatakis. He can run, he can throw. He's going to try to extend plays. Again, it's great we get to see him. Problem for him coming back is this is a pretty darn good defense up front. They can blitz you. They're not going to disguise coverages. They're going to show you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to trust their corners playing man-to-man. They're going to dare you to throw. Again, they average almost 3 interceptions a game.
Well, I'm really anxious to see, although it looks like first play from scrimmage leads to a delay of game. I suppose the upside is you're so deep in your own territory, you can't lose
Offense, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Yeah, you can only lose about 5 yards since you're sitting on the 9, half the distance. So they will start a little deeper into their own territory. Now it'll be first down and 15 from the 4-yard line. Not the way you want to start, Jeff.
No, you'd like to have that play in there, hop out there and go ahead and run something. But not that Choctaw needs any help, as you see the Choctaw band. Pretty good crowd out here tonight.
Oh, yeah, on the home side for sure. Oh, no, that ball hit the ground.
Oh, boy.
And, recovered. It was recovered by Pine Forest there as Thomas, I guess, landed on it. So a near epic disaster on the first play from scrimmage, but worked out okay. Obviously, it's a loss of another yard. So now it's second down and 60.
Yeah, watch that. Boy, just never had the handle.
No, did not. So now second down and 16. Again, the big threat here is they're sitting on their own 3-yard line. And it looks like we've got some movement. And this, I think, will go against Choctaw. Number 34 looked to jump.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's Boston Murray, one of the great names in high school football in the area. Boston Murray, who tried to get the early start there, and Pine Forest gets 5 yards back. Second down now and 11. Friday Night Rivals, week 4. Jeff, we were saying off the top, how is it already week 4? You wait all year for it? Doesn't take long. Nice pass
right
over
there.
the middle here. Wide open, huge play. And Ja'Cory Thomas instantly says, yes, I am back, as he hits Camarion Jordan, the sophomore tight end.
Last week I talked about Camarion Jordan. I love this young tight end. Just good-looking tight end, runs great routes. When you watch the film on him, real smooth, great hands. You see him right there. 2 defenders take a shot at him.
That was a great catch. That pass was a little behind him, but he adjusted nicely, and it became a Pensacola State College 1st and 10, and a huge play for Pine Forest. Remember, they started this drive at their own 9, lost some yardage, and now they're all the way out to about the 31. So that is progress for sure.
That's the difference that Thomas brings to this offense. He can lighten the load up front by throwing the football.
And they're going to try it again right here as he throws out wide, and it's a completed pass in another game, this time of about 5 or 6, and that's Charson Floyd, who had a big week last week.
Yeah, Charson, look, the leading receiver, his favorite target, everybody's favorite target in that Pine Forest team. You see the offense right there, Randall and McCall. Thomas is back this week. Charson Floyd had a great game last week. Jacavier Lewis, again, running back by committee up there. Then up front, Kierton Showers, Sutton, Cooper, Hanger, and Camarion Jordan at that tight end spot.
So they pick up about 5 as it turns on that last play. Second down now and 5 at the 35-yard line here for the Pine Forest offense. Trying to make a statement. They sit at 1 and 2, and obviously the last thing they want to do is fall to 1 and 3. So this is a huge night, but boy, what a tall order playing Choctaw the Indians, one of the best in the area. Here's another nice little pass, and that's going to be completed again. Not going to be enough for a first down. Might have picked up a yard or two. That was Lampkins, the senior, who hauled it in. It'll be third down at about 4.
Yeah, the Choctaw defense, again, giving up 14 points in 3 games. 2 shutouts past 2 games. See Bush, Murray, Williams, Alloway, really good defensive end. Weeks, Ellis, Alloway out there. Long, Reese, Figueroa, Amir Reese, and Jalen Brazan.
Okay. Back on the field, third down now and 4. Big play for the Pine Forest offense right here. Choctaw trying to put a little extra heat there, but nothing doing. Play clock sits at 10, so taking their time here, making sure everyone's on the same page as Thomas. Here comes the blitz. Thomas gets rid of it, but it is dropped. And that'll make it 4th down as Lampkins was not able to pull that in. The extra pressure, I think, had Thomas rush it.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. Hey, look, Choctaw's not going to disguise coverage. You saw him come up and run like he was going to blitz initially. He was going to come no matter what.
That was real.
What they do to everybody, and they're just so darn good at it. So, but for Pine Forest, listen, quarterback comes back, offense, you make a couple pass plays down the field early. All signs, if you can find a way to get the Indians off the field here on offense this time, get that offense back to order. Yeah,
it was a promising drive. Started on their own 9, but they did get out near midfield. Ultimately, though, the drive is over, and Choctaw is going to get their hands back on the ball. This is caught at the 35-yard line. That is a fair catch. So that is where the offense comes onto the field. That was Brody Breckdahl who made that catch. Water break on the field here with 4:55 to go in the game. So we will step away for about a minute or so. We'll be right back with more Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back, everybody, and happy Friday to you. As you can see, the Choctaw Indians up early here, 7-0, as they've had their hands on the ball once, had an impressive drive, pretty much marched right down the field and scored the touchdown to cap it off. And now they were able to stop Pine Forest, and they're out here ready to win. Quarterback Taman Zabak. Hang on. Right up the middle, that's Vaughn Keller. I say Keller because I kept saying Miller earlier. I was thinking about the terrific defender in the NFL level. My bad there. And that's Taman Zabatakis who hands it off. Big 1st and 10 from Ed State College.
Von Miller may have been running back too.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice?
We would know that.
We would. It would be hard to not notice Von Miller.
Sugar might.
Yeah, I guarantee you. I can't believe Sugar didn't text me. It means his TV's out. That's all.
He's on his way.
Yeah, he's racing down here. That's exactly right. 1st and 10 here. Going to keep it himself. Another good decision. Might have picked up a couple there. So didn't see it and held it in. And the senior quarterback is making some smart decisions, Jeff.
Yeah, instead of throwing a potential interception.
For sure.
Tucks it in. You'll see him. Get whatever that, live to fight another day.
That's right. And he did pick up a couple, too. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 there. Taman Zabatakis, the senior quarterback. Out near midfield, sitting at the 47-yard line. Are the Indians.
Military night tonight. So if you see when the team's getting into the end zones, there's some military equipment on both end zones. Really cool. They honored all the military.
Yeah, played the songs from each branch of the military. That was awesome right after the national anthem. As you can see, a nice little pass to Keller, who, great defensive play there from Pine Forest. And that's number 28, who's all over it, Najati Clark, who makes a big stop. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Clark had him last week. Really, really big game for the Eagles. And you watch this right here. Again, simple screenplay. They ran this earlier for a big game.
Right.
Eagles were ready this time.
Yep.
No gain.
There's Clark pulling him down. So Keller not able to turn on the magic that time. It'll make it 3rd down and 8 as Choctaw would love to get across midfield, pick up a Pensacola State College 1st and 10. But boy, would this be big if Pine Forest can get the stop and get the offense back on the field here. 3:14 to go here, quarter number 1. This thing's moving quickly. 3rd and 8. Zabatak is going to throw. No surprise there. He's under some pressure. Real pressure. Flag comes down. This could be a hold that goes against Choctaw. We will see. Ultimately, if it does, they may just decline it because that was a great play for the Pine Forest D.
Boy, I tell you, Jasiri Brown, number 11, he is having himself a
putting
game.
the heat.
Along with Tristan Henderson. I got to give number 20, Tristan Henderson. They are creating a nightmare up front for the Indians right now.
That's big. Here you can see our officials tonight. We've got Lou Holzapple, Corey Winkler, Zach Barker, Michael Taylor, Skip Keller, William Savino,
10 yards from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
and Michael Harper. The Miracle Strip Officials Association, glad to have them here. So they don't decline it. Instead, they take the penalty. It's a 10-yard penalty. They'll make it 3rd and about 18.
That's when you know you're feeling good about your defense.
When you say, let's keep
like
this
it.
thing going, yeah, for sure. 3rd and long now. Big chance for that Pine Forest D.
Yeah, again, last week, the game against Niceville, you look at the final score, that does not tell the story of the game. That was at the end, Niceville pulls away late. It was a very close game for quite some time.
Sure was. All right, Zabatak is here. Just throws right over the top. Another screen to Keller. It's worked tonight. He's got some room, but ultimately he is going to be stopped short. Picks up a lot. Picks up about 12. That'll make it 4th down and 6 right at midfield. And we're going to see what Coach Beasley wants to do. He wants to punt.
If anything, it's a good stat filler right there for you.
Yeah.
But again, long yardage, great call. Almost, maybe if he breaks this tackle right here.
Yep.
Good luck breaking that tackle, by the way.
Is it Weatherall?
Well, he was in there. He's always in there.
Yeah. All right, so 4th down now, and there you can see Pine Forest does get the stop. So good for Coach who took the penalty, and they get the big stop. That's a huge play. This punt goes straight up in the air.
Not a lot of distance.
No. Land at the 25, and then
There
good
you
kick
go.
though. Look at this, still rolling
That's
all the way
home
down
cooking
to the
for you.
15. Ultimately worked out pretty brilliantly there for Choctaw. So Pine Forest again going to start deep in their own territory. Remember the first time they had their hand on the ball, they were at the 9, immediately had a delay of game, went down to the 4, then lost yardage, and just like that, they were on their own 2. So I suppose this time around, starting at the 15 feels like a bargain.
Well, Christian, obviously we've got the hardware we give away to the winning team here. We've got some more hardware as well. We got the school bus stop of the game.
That's right.
We've got our player of the game, sponsored by Jeans Floor Covering, and our sack of the game by Boutwell Airmasters. So plenty. Once the game's over, don't go anywhere.
No, that's always fun. Of course, the trophy ceremony as well. And Jeff, I'm going to tell you right now, I understand that there's 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in quarter number 1, but I have my sights on who I think right now is the MVP. I'm not going to say anything else. You can probably guess what I'm thinking. I know it might change, but I'm just telling you right now. I want it on the record now because I can just see it happening.
I just want to know.
Oh, I'm not saying. 1st and 10, down at the 15-yard line. It's Pine Forest offense, and Ja'Cory Thomas back at the starting quarterback position after not playing last week. Had a great pass here, first time they had their hands on the ball. Gave the offense a little bit of a spark. And this time they're going to keep it on the ground and picks up a couple, but not much as that defense was ready. That was Jacavier Lewis who had the carry. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup.
You see Lewis check out. Mari Hampkins will check in at the running back position. We talked about this before. Last week we talked about it at nauseam. They got 8 or 9 guys that have carries this year running the football for them, so it's whatever hot hand.
Just move it around. Thomas trying to get that D to jump. Not able to do it. 2nd down and 8. Still tons of time. 12 seconds on the play clock. Oh, a high snap way over his head. Nice job. Great bounce. And Thomas may be able to get out of this.
Look at this.
He sure will get out of this. See if he wants to keep it going.
Oh,
mercy.
man.
Ultimately stuck. And we may have our
School bus stop of the game.
That is Alante Reese. My mercy. Or no mercy, I should say.
Yeah, no mercy on that one. Look, by the way, great recovery.
Sure
he
was.
gets the gentleman's hop right there. Look at this. Look at all these misses. And then, well, there's one that he can't
Mack
get through.
truck. Wow.
That is textbook. If you're at home, if you're a young fella out there just starting to play football, watch that. That was textbook.
Heck of a play, though, for Thomas, who ultimately only lost about a yard there. It's 3rd down and 9, and that could have been a whole lot worse. 10 seconds on the play clock here as we're under a minute left in quarter number 1. Thomas will show it under snap, now goes to the gun. This time the snap lands in his hands. He completes his pass, and it's going to be just short by about a yard of the first down, and the receiver that time around was Zion McCall.
And this might be the play, the last play of the quarter here. I wouldn't assume Pine Forest would try to rush to make a decision here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and bring their punt unit on, but
yeah,
I would say they got time to let the clock run out. They may talk about this.
Yeah, totally. Going to just, we're down to 10 seconds. I don't think this punt's getting off before the end of the quarter.
Safe bet is you're going to punt it away. You're deep in enemy territory, but you're about a yard short.
Yeah. So that is how quarter number 1 will come to an end.
How about it?
Choctaw Indians up 7-0 over the visiting Pine Forest Eagles. We're certainly glad you're with us here on Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back. We're ready to roll, as you can see, 12:00 on the clock. So this is the first play of the quarter, and how about this? They are punting it away, and it looks like Choctaw's going to get their hands on some great field position, fielded at the 45-yard line, but a fine play there. That is great coverage on special teams. That's number 10, Aiden Andrews, who was Aiden on the spot, but still going to be some awesome field position for Choctaw to start this drive.
Yeah, hey, Pine Forest defense has stood tall after giving up that opening drive. Long opening drive, close to 5 minutes. Again, we talked about it. This is a good defense. If they can get their offense going, this is going to be a heck of a ball game. We talked about it before. Last week, if that offense could have gotten going, maybe they take the lead. Maybe that changes the entire outcome of the game. But no sense looking in the past now.
No.
They got a handful right in front of them.
Sure do. And the Choctaw Indians, who have the ball right now at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Zavatakis is getting a last-minute call from coach. Ready to roll, and a little play action. He's under some big pressure, and a fine defensive play there. Number 48 for the Eagles gets it done. Keandre Simmons is there.
I have been absolutely blown away. I mean, look, that front four for Pine Forest, they are getting after the quarterback. Watch him right there. Gets off the block. You know what I mean? Could have called
what
a hold.
Play.
But nonetheless, and smart for Zavatakis. Just go ahead and go down, big fella.
Yeah. That's one thing we've seen already 3 different times from Zavatakis. He's making some smart decisions, and you see that senior leadership from the terrific quarterback who has yet to make a big mistake for his team. Huge loss, though. Second down now at 19, and Zavatakis will get a chance to throw when he's going for all of it here.
Oh,
and
that'll be a penalty.
Throws, but sure enough, we have a penalty intended with Zion Legree. No surprise there, and looks like going to get a nice free 15 on this one, Jeff.
And that might have been the right call. Zion heard the corner at the top of your screen covering Legree. It had been Weatherall. Weatherall stays to the Choctaw sideline down here. And listen, you go back and check that replay. I believe Legree was about to run away wide open. So it was one of those touchdown-saving penalties.
Grab him.
15-yard penalty, remains second down.
All right, so they lose about 9 on the sack. It was second and 19, but now they get the free 15, and all of a sudden things are looking up.
Legree knows using the smile right there. Hey, you know what? 15 is better than dancing in the end zone for 6.
You're right, and he's already got 1 touchdown on the night. So that'll make it second down and 3, as you can see there at the top of the screen. The 2, the marker 3 yards to the right. As they sit right at midfield. That's the 50 where you can see the ball right now. Ready to roll. Second and 3 here. Going to keep this one on the ground, and that's Keller, who has a nice hole, and that's a Hampton Imports 1st and 10 as Keller continues with what is looking like a dominant night from the backfield.
Yeah, again, just moving the sticks. That's what this offense does. But for Pine Forest, you make a couple big plays, you have the penalty. You got to find a way to get this offense off the field.
Tall order. They were able to do it on the last drive, and then their offense couldn't do much with it. So now it'll be 1st and 10 from Hampton Imports. They have crossed midfield now out at the 45-yard line as this drive continues. 10:40 to go here in the first half. Pine Forest at Choctaw. We'll have Haley Samples joining us. Jeff's going to give us some scores from some other games. A lot of stuff coming here as this ball is just thrown a little high. And
almost a backwards pass.
Yeah, Keller thought that thing might be live. It was not. It's an incomplete pass. That'll make it second down.
Yeah, when you look at the Indians on offense, you watch their film, you look at their games, like you think, okay, well, they had 2 shutouts. They beat Navarre 42-0. They beat Crestview 28-0. They just come out here and blow teams out. That's not how they really operate. They come out here on offense, and you saw, they wear you down. They'll get 3, 4, 5 yard gains here.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like
sticks.
Totally.
Wear your defense out. And for Pine Forest, it's just so disheartening because you get them in a third down and 5 situation. They find a way to move the sticks. For Pine Forest, again, they got to find a way to get a stop here. It looks like we may get a penalty against them.
Yes, indeed.
But then you got to get your offense to find a way to put the ball in for 6.
That's the key, no doubt.
Defense,
oh, that goes
5-yard penalty, still second down.
Pine Forest. So going by Choctaw's reaction, I thought that was going to go against the Indians, but it does not. Encroachment against the Eagles. And a 5-yard penalty means second down and 5 down now at the 40-yard line. And you're right, Jeff. I mean, that's one thing I've noticed for sure with Choctaw is it's nickel and dime almost sounds like insulting. I don't mean it that way, but it's not a lot of over-the-top stuff at all. It's this.
Look
Get
at
it to
this.
Keller and,
Finds a way to get loose.
Broke that tackle. Keller's such a playmaker that they give it to him out of the backfield, but just as frequently, Jeff, they're just hitting him with these screen passes and letting him do his thing.
Yeah, Keller's so tough. I'm not sure if I believe is the same number. Cole Tabb, the great running back for the Indians for all those years. I believe he was 33 too. Those two, they look eerily similar running the football. By the way, Pine Forest swapped it up. They put Weatherall over there where Legree was. Looks like they're going to swap it back as they're going to put Legree in the slot.
So it is now 3rd down and 6. And here's Abatak, who's going to roll out to his right, buying himself some time. He's going to try and take it for himself. Can't get there. In fact, doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll make it 4th down.
And again, the speed of the Pine Forest defense, Zabatak is trying to look downfield. The only problem is he's got 3 Eagles that are hot on his path. Watch this right here. Starts with Jasiri Brown, number 11, and then here comes the cavalry right there breaking off their blocks. It's just so tough. Zabatak is trying to find someone down there. There was nobody available. Great job by that secondary.
So that makes it 4th down and 8 after the 2-yard loss, and the Eagles going to get their hands back on the ball with Justin Weatherall back ready to field this punt. He's situated at the 10-yard line. Nice snap. Good punt.
Much better kick.
Beautiful punt. Kicks it away from Weatherall, and look at this. Great coverage. Are you kidding me? Down at the 2. Just pretty much executed to perfection. And I believe that was number 18, Jordan Long, who was sitting there waiting for the ball to land in his hands.
Great punt right there. And again, Pine Forest, here we go, starting inside your 10-yard line.
All their drives have been.
And this is what Choctaw does to you. They play great special teams, good defense, good enough offense. They get the job done but again, for Pine Forest, we saw them last week. We had just talked about it. We got to see if they can even drive the field. They're struggling right now. And what did they do? They marched down. It was like a 12-play drive. So they got to get it going here. Got to get some kind of momentum. You got plenty of time. You're only down a touchdown. Your defense is playing great.
Yeah, a lot of football, that's for sure. But I think coming off of last week.
After the kick, personal foul, receiving team, face mask, half the distance to the goal, first down Pine Forest.
All right, that's the second time that there's been a half the distance of the goal penalty against the Eagles before they ran a single play on offense.
What's that, 2.5 feet penalty?
Yeah, right, exactly. That's the upside. When you're that deep anyway, what's the difference? But I'm sure Ja'Cory Thomas would say, there's a difference.
Well, there is a big difference.
Yeah. That'll make it first and 10 from their own, we're talking 1 foot yard line. They have very little room here, does Thomas, in the Eagle offense. So if they want to make a statement, a 99-yard drive would be the way to do it, that's for sure. Keep it on the ground here and try and buy a little bit of space. And well done here. Nice job there. Picks up about 6. That's well done. I'd love to give you a number, but I can't.
I think that's Amari Lampkins, number 8.
Thank you. I don't know how you spotted him. Just a pile of folks, but that's a big play. They were on there at the 1, and he gets out to the 6. So little breathing. Yeah.
Watch this. He just gets real skinny for a second. By the way, watch this. Excuse me.
Beautifully done.
Love it.
Second down now, and a 4 after the nice play from Lampkins. Still, though, obviously, dangerous territory for Pine Forest. Got to be very careful here. Play clock at 6. High snap, handled nicely, keeping it on the ground. That's Lampkins again, but this time he's not going anywhere. And it'll make it 3rd down and 5, as I think he lost a yard.
Yeah, shooting right through that gap.
Choctaw D, maybe the best in the area, and showing it right now. Another look.
That was Ellis Alloway and Mario Alloway.
How about that? Alloway, boys.
The Alloways.
3rd down and 6. Careful here, very careful if they put this in the air. Stout defense, losing 7-0 already on the road. Gonna throw it. Thomas decides to keep it, but he is hit. Gets to about the 7 and well short of the first down, and it'll be time to punt with terrific field position coming for Choctaw.
And that's again right there, number 2, Mario Alloway, making the big hit. Not the biggest guy, but boy, is he tough. To the block, you see him come off his blockers right there and make the big hit.
Yeah. So 4th down, Pine Forest was able to move it a couple of yards. They started on about their own 1. Ultimately, they're stopped at the 6. And it's going to be just outstanding field position now for Choctaw, who I think are going to take over on the Pine Forest side of the field unless they get a terrific bounce on this punt.
Yeah, back to receive, Brody Brechtel.
Punts away, and it's going to be way short. Goes sideways more than forward, and that's going to be down at the 33-yard line. So Choctaw will, in fact, get outstanding field position to start this drive, and a chance really now, Jeff, to capitalize with an opportunity like this for Choctaw.
Yeah, we'll see if the offense can get rolling again, but looks like we're going to get a water break here, so we're going to go ahead and take it with them.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll step away for just a moment, but when we come back, Choctaw's up 7, and they have a very good position on their hands here.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're certainly glad you're with us here on Friday Night Rivals. We've got Pine Forest at Choctaw, and I believe sideline reporter Haley Samples has something. Hey, Haley, how are you? Trust me, she's fine. She's down there. We will be hearing from Haley in just a little bit. Of course, we already did right at the top of the show. I know she has a chance to talk to our scholar athletes, so that'll be fun. She'll interview the principal, hopefully, as well. So looking forward to hearing from Haley in just a bit. But right now, back here on the field, and right off the bat, here comes Keller, who gets out wide. Oh, the shoestring tackle. Meanwhile, there's a flag far away. That is a heck of a tackle and a big-time play by number 3, Trevion Johnson.
Interested to see the flag.
Yeah, the flag was thrown away from where that action was, but they're chatting about it right now with 6:45 to go here. That was another big play from Keller, man. He's having a great night.
Is this an aglet penalty?
Oh, what?
Personal foul, face mask,
Okay.
defense, half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, first down.
Spot foul gets an incredible field position here for Choctaw.
Check it out again. Vaughn, don't
Up
call
at the top.
me Miller Keller. Oh, yeah, there it is. You see it.
Yep, sure was.
Away from the play.
All right, so huge break there for Choctaw, and as you can see, they are inside the Synovus red zone down at the 18-yard line, so that didn't take long. It was a nice play anyway, and then the courtesy 15 from Pine Forest. And that's a Hampton Imports 1st and 10 on top of everything else. That attack is going to roll out, throw to the end zone here, and oh my goodness, what a throw and a great defensive play as well. Everything about that was impressive. So shout out to Zion Hurd, who gets there just in time.
Yeah, Hurd had the pass interference penalty earlier, but boy, some hand fighting going on up top. Hurd did not give up, knocked that ball away.
I tell you what, Jeff, despite that, I really like the placement on this pass.
Oh, yeah, it's a great pass.
Sure
it was only where his guy was going to get it, but Hurd said, yeah, nobody's getting this one. Look at this. Maybe he can turn around, but if he turns around, he might have a pick.
Yeah, yep.
Hey, great recovery.
So 2nd down and 10 with 6:23 to go here. Choctaw up 7-0 inside the Synovus red zone, and here's Keller. Escapes one tackle, comes the other way, and he may be gone. It's going to be touchdown, Vaughn Keller.
No, that's Carter Morocco.
Dude, I'm never going to get Keller right. Poor guy. Thank you. Carter Morocco. I'm so used to Keller. He's a junior, and that's a heck of a play. He had trouble when he went left and said, I'm just going to go right, and takes it all the way to the house.
I don't think this was the design play.
Yeah,
but he turned it into some misdirection nonetheless.
Well, and a Pine Forest defender had his hands on him in the backfield.
This
right
Forrest
there.
Jordan Associates touchdown. That's the generator, guys, courtesy of Mr. Carter Morocco.
That was a great run. Well done there. You can see the confetti is flying. The extra point is up, and that'll make it 14-0 Choctaw as they take advantage of A, great field position, and then B, 15 yards off that pass interference off an already great play. Leads to the touchdown from Morocco, and just like that, Choctaw is up big, 14-0 here. So we'll step away. Pine Forest here getting late in the half. The onus on them to do something on that offensive side. We'll see if they can when we come back.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
back and having a good time here in the booth with 6:15 to go. Choctaw having a good time as well as they score their second touchdown of the night, leading it now 14-0. And Jeff, this defense from Choctaw, man, they have not given up a touchdown since week 1, and that still holds true here midway through the second quarter of the 4th game.
And that is math. I'm just here to tell you, we're not very good at it, but that is math, yeah. Look, Gulf Shores to open the year, 21-14 win. Navarre 42-0, Crestview 28-0. So yeah,
kind of makes you think Gulf Shores must be pretty darn good.
Almost a month they've made it without giving up a point.
It's pretty impressive. And Pine Forest would love to change that particular pattern right now. Maybe get some points before the half. Kickoff is coming down and fielded back at the 5-yard line here. Nice little shake and bake there. Pretty good return too. That's Justin Weatherall again. Nice little play there from Weatherall. And
best field position they've had all night.
Right. They're not straight. Well, we'll see. There could be a penalty that gives them half the distance to the goal. We've seen that all night as well. Hopefully for their sake and for the Pine Forest fans, that's not what happens.
Some quick scores for you. Baker 16-0 over Derek Diamond, who is not with us tonight. Over his J Royals right now.
Okay.
Niceville 28-10 over Crestview. Northview and Central playing tonight, no score at the moment. Flomaton and T.R. Miller, big battle right there, 7-0 T.R. Miller. PHS at home against Destin, 8-6 PHS.
Any scores? Is it Tate and Pace? Is that who's playing? No. Who's Tate guy? I know it's a good. Oh, Tate Milton. Yeah,
not yet.
That's right, and that's 2 undefeated teams. So I'm curious about that score here. Nice little screen pass out of the backfield. And that's Zion McCall who makes the catch. Might have picked up a couple. It'll be second down about 8. 5:53 to go here. Another look. Nice play. Take the yardage you get. Picks up a couple, and second down and 8. Clock rolling here. The Eagles, I mean, look, obviously they're still a whole second half. They don't have to score now, but boy, would it be nice to get some points on the board before the half, trailing by a couple of touchdowns.
Remember, this is when they scored against Niceville last week, late in the first half.
Thomas is going to throw this time, and it's another nice play and another big play, and out to the 35-yard line there. That's number 88, Camarion Jordan, the sophomore, tight end with a big play there, and that'll be a Hampton Imports 1st and 10 as the chains move.
You know, watch Thomas throw these quick passes right there. You're just waiting on maybe a play action and then deep pass over the top.
He's got the arm to do it, that's for sure. Right now, though, they're looking good, are the Eagles, as they're out near midfield, as you can see, 35-yard line. So moving in the right direction. Keep this one on the ground, and a pretty big hole, too. Yeah, picks up another 4 or 5 there, and that, of course, Amari Lumpkin, the senior running back. So the Eagles
getting it going.
Yeah, looking pretty good here on this drive. And this is not dissimilar to what we saw last week when it was late in the first half, as Jeff said, where they scored, and then in the second half, the offense did look considerably better. So,
I mean, they also did start in decent field position this time around.
That's right. Second down and 6. This is tipped up.
Get down.
Is that caught by the lineman? Couldn't tell if he hauled that in.
Oh, man, get the legs out of the air. What's going on?
Yeah, I'd love another look at this. I swear, I think he caught it. If so, lineman's dream if that's what happened.
I don't know if that's the dream.
Oh, are you kidding
me? Maybe just, where you can
Get
run a little bit.
hands on the ball? Look at this. Here's another look. He's like, it's happening. Oh,
look, he
never mind.
touches it, and he's like, no.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it wasn't the dream.
Mario Holloway right there on the pass breakup.
3rd down and 6 with 4:46 to go. Big play for Pine Forest. Trying to move these chains, keep the drive going. Thomas going to throw out. Oh, and he overthrows McCall, and that'll make it 4th down. And folks, if they're punting, Choctaw's going to have plenty of time to try and do something with it.
And Thomas trying to get to Zion McCall. A little too tall right there.
Just a little high there, and they're still waiting to see what they're going to do. Obviously, still on their side, and sure enough, they are going to punt. Not sure they had a choice here with 4:40 to go, and Choctaw's offense looking so good. So the Pine Forest drive, which was looking a little promising there for a few plays, but ultimately comes to a halt at the 39-yard line. And Choctaw get back out onto the field.
Jody Clark, he seems frustrated, number 28. Just something finally got something going.
Oh, it's a low snap. Well, we got some whistles here. So it'll be 4th down and 6. What's going on here? Oh, hold on. Looks like we got some switching. This might be going against Choctaw.
15-yard penalty that results in a first down.
So, sorry, the mic was cut out at first, but obviously the 15-yard penalty means great news for the Eagles as the offense now going to stay on the field.
Yeah, Coach McDowell, you see him right there. He's got to love that. All right, so now let's get back to work, boys, and if anything, try to milk the rest of this clock. But, boy, going into half 14-7, you got to think that's a tremendous win for this Eagles squad.
Change, no doubt about it. And, of course, it's worth noting that Pine Forest won the toss and deferred, so the offense will get the ball first, too. So. And Jeff, you're exactly right. Even if they don't get any points, it means the Choctaw offense isn't back on the field just yet, and that alone feels kind of like a win.
A little wildcat.
Yeah, a little wildcat action there.
Gordon Randall.
Randall makes the play there. Doesn't get too much out of it. So it'll be second down now and 8 as Randall picked up a couple.
Trying to catch Choctaw off guard.
They are on the Choctaw side of the field, of course, courtesy of that penalty down at the 44-yard line.
Boy, Thomas is not in there. Randall's going to stay at quarterback.
That's interesting. Really interesting. Remember last week, Ja'Cory Thomas did not play. We don't have no idea why, and we got some whistles here, so that didn't happen as there's a flag down. See if we can spot Thomas on the sidelines. Get the call on this penalty.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Hey, you know what? For Pine Forest, you just, no matter how you're getting it, you got to love it right here.
You take it, yeah. 5 more yards, so second down and 4. And worth noting, Ja'Cory is standing on the sidelines. He doesn't appear to be injured. He's sort of just standing and looking.
It looks like they're just going to try to run this wildcat with Randall.
Yeah.
This is why. Receiver.
Yeah, this is why. He is a big fella, isn't he? Wow. Big play there, very effective, and that'll be a Hampton Imports 1st and 10. What a play.
Looking like Cam Newton with that number 2 on as well.
Totally, good call.
Holy cow.
Good call. Yeah, he's
a bit of a wrinkle we have not seen.
No.
Great blocking up front.
Very effective. So this is big. Remember, Pine Forest had the punting unit on, and then they get the 15-yard penalty, kept the offense on the field, and now they're down to the 25-yard line here with 4 or 5 to go. Here we go again. There's a flag, but man, again, the same play, but flag is down, so we'll see what the penalty is. But, that's Randall again, the junior, all of a sudden.
Forest trying to bully Choctaw up front, just running straight downhill in that A-gap.
Offense, 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So the legal motion turns
bring it back 5, Corey, 5.
The first time we see a penalty on this drive go against Pine Forest, they get the benefit of a few going against Choctaw, and you can see Coach saying, "What? Come on!" Doesn't look as happy as he did a minute ago when they got that 15. As we come back now to the 31-yard line. It is still Gordon Randall out there playing quarterback, ready to roll. You know what's coming. It's Gordon Randall. That's what's coming.
Can you stop it? Not right now. You can't.
Another big play. Gets down to the 22-yard line, and that's another nice gain. This is really interesting.
Ooh.
This change out of nowhere.
That's a big body trying to coming straight downhill at you.
Yeah, big fella. Look at this. Gets outside.
Look at his strides.
Time.
I mean, he's 2 yards of stride right there.
So a nice pickup makes it now second down and 6. Down now, looks like at about the 21-yard line. Knocking on the door.
225. Look at him tapping his helmet, Coach. Need a breather for a second.
Come on. How about a little water?
Thomas back in at quarterback.
That's right. It's like this time Randall is playing his usual spot of receiver, and he's going to get the call there.
Man,
darn,
man.
Yeah, darn near a big play going the other way for Choctaw. That was Figueroa tried to make the play, and he would have been gone, Jeff.
Yeah, this may have been the game right here.
Yeah. Whew, look at him. He knows how close it was. All right, big moment now, third down. With 3:47 to go. Got to think this is likely 2-down territory for Pine Forest rather than a really long field goal. So they probably have a couple of plays to try and get this done. They need 6. Thomas is in. He's going to throw and right over the top, and had his man
just too tall.
all alone. I mean, his receiver there, Camarion Jordan, was wide open, and that was 6, but the throw was well out of his reach. It'll make it 4th down.
Jordan runs a seam right up the field, runs right inside the safety over the top. Just, man, oh man, Thomas is going to watch the film and want this back. Whew, man.
Yep. All right, so now it is 4th down, and the offense is still on the field. That's not a surprise. At the 21, they got to get to the 15 if they want this chains to move yet again here with 3:41 to go in this first half. The undefeated Choctaw Indians have not given up a touchdown, or points, I should say, since week 1, and they'd love to keep that streak alive. They have a chance right now on 4th down to get the stop. Thomas going to throw again. Got his man.
Oh my
mercy.
goodness.
Gosh, he had him. And again, that's Jordan. The throw was maybe a little bit behind him, and Jordan was not able to adjust the body enough. But, Jeff, I think if he pulls it in, I think he probably is able to turn and get it.
I tell you what, he might be in for 6.
All the way.
Holy cow.
Okay, so instead, it's a turnover on downs, and Choctaw will take over here. They've got a long way to go at the 21-yard line, but 3:35 is enough time. And while we wait, why don't we now go down to sideline reporter Haley Samples.
Hey guys, there's an overwhelming sense of pride here on the field tonight, and that's because tonight's theme of the game is military. So it's all about paying homage to our service members, but that's not all. It's also Community Appreciation Night. Choctaw invited middle schoolers from the south end of the county to join the band, the cheerleaders, and the dance team. Now, this is the first time the school has ever done this, and they'll just be out here for tonight, but one of the dance coaches tells me it's all part of an effort to bring the community together. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Haley, thank you very much. So, first play from scrimmage, there was a pickup of about 4. That'll make it 2nd and 6. Here's another look. A run right up the middle. And yes, it's Military Appreciation Night, so certainly thanks to all of our servicemen and women, not only here on the premises, but of course, Jeff, I know you echo my sentiments there across the world.
Yeah, obviously a military town. Of course, just about every town here on the, Gulf Coast is a military town. 2nd down now. Nice run up the middle. Yeah, for sure. Still on his feet, trying to get out wide. Took about 6 Eagles ultimately to bring Keller down, but they do get him. That'll make it 3rd down at the 31. Boy, Choctaw, you got to think they're not just trying to milk the clock here. They'll give them the 1st down. They're trying to go out and put a dagger in this game right here. Obviously going up 21 with the way their defense is playing right now. Yeah, I think it'd be tough sledding for the Eagles to come back.
No doubt about it. That would be a monumental comeback against this Choctaw D. So, as you noted, that's a 1st down from Hampton Imports, sitting right at the 31-yard line as the clock continues to roll. 2:20 to go here in the half. And Zabatakis wants to get a lot of it right now as he goes over the top. And no flag. You can see Weatherall says, no harm, nothing happened here.
Yeah, great coverage by Weatherall. Turned around, and here's the thing. People may be screaming at home, that's pass interference. The difference is Weatherall had his head turned, so therefore he's watching. He also has a chance to go get the ball.
For sure. Yep, so no penalty there, and 2nd time tonight we've seen Choctaw go for all of it and not able to complete the pass. So that'll make it 2nd and 10. 2:14 to go. 3 receivers here on the near side for us. They're going to keep it on the ground. No, the ball's
he lost
out.
The ball.
The ball is out. Still
oh, my
out.
goodness.
It's still out. It's a live ball, and ultimately Choctaw will have it, and they catch the break. That is recovered by number 51, and boy, big-time play by him.
Kevin Bravo.
Thank you. How do you do that so fast? Thank you. Oh, it was on the screen. I'm sitting there looking at my roster.
Look at that, knocking the ball loose, by the way. How about that? Number 12, R.J. Payne.
Going to be 3rd down and forever. I wish Derek Diamond was here to do this math for me, Jeff.
So now we talked about it. They may, trying to score. Maybe they're trying to run
at this point, running the clock's not bad after that disaster. It worked out well for the Eagles. 1:29 to go. It's 3rd and about 22. I very much like that we just say 3rd and long on TV. That's great.
Perfect.
Look at this, though. Nice hole as he comes out right, and that's Keller who gets out to the 32-yard line back near the original line of scrimmage. But that'll make it 4th down and long, so I think Pine Forest may have called that time out. Yeah, they can see what they can do here.
Pine Forest.
And why not? Absolutely. So if you can do something with it, as you said, Jeff. I mean, if you can make it somehow 14-7 instead of 14-0, that's a big deal against this defense. So use every second you can. Reesburg Institute Hearing Huddle shows us that Choctaw is chatting it out. Don't let the name fool you, though. We don't actually listen in.
Or do we?
Well,
no, we don't.
Do you are you listening?
I can't answer that question.
Because you're too busy listening. I will remind you tonight on Channel 3 at 10:15, we've got Prep Football Final with Steve Nissum. So you heard Sue Strawn this evening during the 6 o'clock news promote the fact that we have crews up and down the coast. And sure enough, Steve and the team are putting together the highlights from all of those games, and they'll have those for you coming up later tonight. So that's Prep Football Final, 10:15 tonight, of course, on WEAR. So hopefully you can catch that. And then, Jeff, worth noting, we're back in Okaloosa County next week.
Yeah, actually, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the road?
Yeah, right down the road here. We've got Choctaw again, only at Niceville. So that'll be a fun one for sure.
That's going to be a packed house. Get there early.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. We might be stuck in the parking lot for a little while after that game.
We're going to have to scoot on in there.
All right, so Pine Forest called the timeout to get their hands on the ball, and why the heck not with a minute 10 to go. Weatherall is back, sitting at the 35-yard line, a low snap, and the punt is going to go out of bounds. It does not. Oh, check that. It does cross midfield and goes out at the 45. So that worked out pretty well for Pine Forest, as they're going to get some decent field position here. I thought that thing was going to go out of bounds at about the 48 on the other side. Either way, real good chance here for Pine Forest at the last minute to try and do something special.
Yeah, we talk about some high school scores. Look, college football's back. It's been awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Love it. Your Sooners are looking good. Looks like
that's not material looking good.
Yeah, I mean material. We'll see. But tonight, Houston at home against Dion and the boys.
Boy, they
Colorado.
get Colorado all those Friday games,
I know,
so he can have his
prime
own
time, baby. Houston up 16-7 right before half. Kansas State, Arizona is kicking off as we speak. UCLA and New Mexico will kick off at 9.
Cool. I love these Friday games.
And the Indiana State score, you were bugging me about it. Indiana 66, Indiana State 0.
Thank you. Gosh, I've been dying to know. Here's Thomas, who is going to keep it himself. And slides. Got hit from behind. No flag comes in, though. Thought he might have gotten hit late there.
Yeah, I would say so myself.
Yeah, he slid. But no flag comes in. Let's take another look.
You be the judge.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
No.
Watch this. Boom, and then
maybe there's no flag was ever thrown, but the official's turning his mic on, which tells us that they're talking about something. Oh, it's just a timeout is all it was.
By the way, the Randall wrinkle that we'll call it.
Yeah, so interesting. First of all, Randall Wrinkle.
Randall Wrinkle.
So that's great. Yeah.
I don't think Randall would like that.
You ought to text Coach and say, hey, I've got a name for it. If you're looking for some branding on that special wrinkle, you can.
Here, I've got my microphone in that huddle right there for the Reesburg Institute here. Huddle. I'll go ahead and tell him.
Just go ahead and chime in.
Hey, Coach, we get the Randall Wrinkle going.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they try that again. It was pretty darn effective. Actually.
Yeah, obviously with 52 seconds left, you're not trying to do that. But for the future, we didn't see that at all last week.
No,
could have been
at all.
Probably helpful. Probably something he added in this week.
This week, maybe so. And
6'4", 230 receiver.
Yeah, I was like, let's get him the ball. Yeah, so we might see that in the second half. But right now, as you said, with under a minute to go, we've got to rely on the arm of Mr. Thomas. 2nd and 8. And sure enough, here comes Chikori's right arm, and that is caught, and he's got some room now. Hold on. He is going to be off to the races, out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A big-time play. Looks like, actually check that. Looks like more like the 31 is where he may have stepped out of bounds. So Lampkins catches and then turns, able to do something there nicely in a big play.
Lampkins, come watch this. And here's the difference, if we're being a pass deflected, is he's coming back towards the ball. He's not just sitting waiting on the ball to get to him. Beautiful ball by Thomas and Lampkins. How about that? That could have been 15 as well. Late hit out of bounds.
No, that's exactly what I thought. I know, yeah. So instead, it's a Hampton Imports 1st and 10 as Pine Forest gets down to the 31-yard line. And Thomas under some pressure here. And my goodness. Number 14 for Choctaw. Way to go. That is a big-time play from Boston Murray.
Yeah, 34 right there. Boston Murray, one of the best names in the game.
You
talked about it earlier.
I read it this week, and I was like,
third and final time out of that.
All right, so there's Pine Forest timeout. And I thought, wow, that's a great hit for Boston. Big time play.
Yeah, he tried. Look, Thomas waits a second, trying to evade the rush. Murray will let it go.
He is pumped. Huge loss there, all the way back now at the 42-yard line, and it's going to be second down and about 22 with just over half a minute to go here in the half.
Well, Pine Forest has shown signs that they can move the football
sure
again.
have.
Here we are, second week in a row. Now, can they sustain a drive?
Yeah,
so
it's
far, no.
Right. We keep seeing little spurts of, oh, that looks good,
But
and then it kind of fizzles.
there's a play that puts them behind the chain.
Yeah.
And credit Choctaw's defense. We know Choctaw's playing really well, but for Choctaw, it's kind of exactly what we expected. They're going to dink and dunk you to death. They're going to find a way to move the chain and put it in the end zone.
Yep. They are 3-0. They have an incredible D. They're a great team. 33.3 to go, second down now, and again about 22. As Thomas will still do his best to make something happen here late in the half, but he's just under so much pressure on almost every play. Had to get rid of that one quickly.
Yeah, too tall again, but a little tough to throw the football when you've got two Indians breathing down your neck right there.
No doubt about it, and we're seeing a lot of that, so that's going to make it third and forever, more than 20.
Boy, Choctaw, they don't have the biggest defensive line, but those two defensive ends on the end, Alohe out there, they're quick.
Yep. You can feel that heat when they're coming. So 28.7 to go here in the quarter, and this is third down, and they may just throw this one to the end zone and see what happens. Be a big-time play if they could somehow find points, but at this point, it's a lot to ask. Under the pressure again, and sure enough, they are just going to throw it down the field, but it is probably should have been intercepted by Jordan Figueroa, not able to pull it in. And that'll make it fourth down and forever with 21 seconds to go, and it looks like they're going to have to punt this thing away.
Yeah, now for Choctaw, do you bring pressure, try to block this punt?
Yeah, it gives Zavatakis a chance to throw to the end zone here.
Look at that, almost.
Figueroa could have made a play at the goal line, but not to be. 24, Brody Brechtel, of course, is back to return if he gets an opportunity. Jeff, we're going to see what you said comes to be, and they bring the heat. Now they're going to let him punt it away, and Bechtel calls the fair catch, and he does so at the 10-yard line. So they may just down this one. We'll see. I don't know.
What are you doing?
You know what I'm doing? I'm giving it to Keller and just see what happens. He's such a playmaker.
Play action over top. Let's just throw it 4 times.
Oh, I love it.
4 times, 15
just
seconds.
Go. Just see what happens. Total aggressive play. I love it.
Maybe that's why I didn't play on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Hey, when I was a kid, I was always like, go 4 on 4, always. Yeah. And now that's come to be. You know?
The
it's
analytics, which is crazy.
It is.
You see it on TV, 4th and 5, under 4th and 5, go.
Yeah,
it's like, no.
Man, that is not the football I grew up with. But I dig it, it's fun to watch. All right, here we go. So 1st and 10, deep in their own territory with 15 and a half seconds to go. And this will likely be the last play. Sure enough, they're going to down it here. And this will be the last play of the half. A half that has looked very good for Choctaw, which comes as no surprise. They are a terrific team. They lead it 14-0. And with any luck here, we're going to have Haley Samples get an opportunity to talk to Coach Beasley. Yeah, and we always appreciate it. We usually try to have the coach who's ahead at the beginning of a half, and Jeff, he can't wait to get there and talk to his team about what he wants to change. It's awesome they're willing to come chat with us.
Yeah, Coach Beasley, I'm sure, look, he's happy with a lead, but there's plenty that they've got to work on, some missed opportunities for him. So
you rarely meet a happy coach. It could be 28-0.
The coaches that know how to win, they're very rare. Look at Saban. Saban's never had a happy interview.
That's right. Yeah, there's always room for improvement. That's for sure. So Coach will in a moment get a chance to talk to his team, but first he's talking to Haley Samples. Haley?
All right, guys, I'm here with Choctaw head coach Frank Beasley. Now, Coach, you all are going into the half up 14-0. What are you liking about your squad's performance so far tonight?
We're playing really good on defense. We got to make sure that we got to be better on first down on offense. Can't put the ball on the ground and do those things, but they're really good on defense, so we kind of expect to be a battle. But defensively, we're playing well.
So what's the game plan to keep this momentum going in the second half?
We got to get some run game going and make sure that we can keep them in third and long situations. We'll be all right.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Haley, thank you very much. So coming up next, it's the Pete Moore Chevrolet halftime show, and we're going to introduce you to our Reef Runner Remodeling and Repairs Scholar Athletes and a whole lot more. Stay with us as we go to break. Choctaw up 14-9.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. It is time for the halftime show. And Jeff, before anything else, I want to tell you something, dude.
About time.
I'm starving.
Finally, all these years, and we finally moved food to the beginning of halftime
That's
where
exactly
it belongs.
right, yes.
I have been waiting for this moment. Listen, our crew gets here extremely early, getting everything set up through whatever the weather has here on the Gulf Coast. We all know it. We live it every day.
Oh, yeah.
And you know who supplies us with the fuel we need? It's Foosackly's. Let me just save the time,
yes.
by the way. Look, tons of tenders, tons of coleslaw, tons of sauces, tons of toast. They got the lemonades. They got everything you could ever imagine up here, by the way, the jalapeno ranch. If you hadn't tried it, go. And if you don't know about Foosackly's, again, every week I say this, shame on you. It's football season. Go get some Foosackly's. They're still open right now. They'll be open tomorrow for college football. They'll be open for Sunday, Monday football. And when Maction starts in the middle of the week, when you're trying to get some football and it's a Tuesday,
night, yeah.
guess what? Foosackly's is open. So, again, we appreciate them fueling our crew each and every week.
No doubt.
Go out there, go pick up a big sack of Foosackly's for you. Tell them we sent you. They'd love to hear it.
Well, that is so good, and I will just throw in how much I love those crinkly fries. So yummy. So thank you to Foosackly's. And I know that Haley Samples is on the sideline, and of course we always try to talk to somebody from the admin side of the school that's hosting us, and if I'm not mistaken, that's what we've got now. Hey, Haley.
Hey guys, I'm here with Choctaw's principal, Michelle Heck. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, how are you feeling about tonight's game so far?
Well, the scoreboard looks good, but I think even bigger is the crowd that's here in Joe Etheridge Stadium. Love a packed house, regardless of who we're playing, so that always feels amazing.
And I mean, how does it feel to see all these people out here tonight? Even the student section is pretty packed.
It is. I think this is an extra special night. We always love to celebrate our military, show our appreciation for them. Obviously, we live in a huge military community, so tonight is Military Appreciation Night. We have active duty in the stands. We, of course, have a huge group of retirees. Our kids are military brats, and this is a great opportunity to celebrate the red, white, and blue and their service. So it feels great.
And some of the dancers were telling me it's also just community appreciation night. We see some middle schoolers out here joining the band and the dancers too.
Yeah, let's not forget about our middle school feeders. So we've got our feeder middle school dance, cheer, band, and then our football players are here to support. So it's also middle school night. So we've got a lot of young, soon-to-be Big Green Indians, and that also feels really good.
And I know we're a few weeks into the school year now, so how have things been going so far? Any updates, anything new you can share with us?
Oh, gosh. Well, great start to the school year. I can't believe we're at the halfway point of the first quarter already. It flies by. New things, just a new school year. New batch of Big Green Indians. The community is fantastic. We're just off to a great start here at Okaloosa County.
Principal Michelle Heck, thank you so much for joining us. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thank you so much to Principal Heck. We're very appreciative, and obviously to Haley as well for bringing us that. And speaking of school and getting it done in the classroom, the Reef Runner Remodeling and Repair Scholar athletes this week are very impressive. In fact, in just a minute, we're going to go back to Haley, who I know had a chance to talk to both of them. But first, I'll just shout them out. From Choctaw, Ashton LaBerge, who has a 4.0 GPA. And from Pine Forest, it's Travion Johnson, who carries a very impressive 3.4. So now back to Haley, who's got the Scholar athlete winners this week.
State your name.
Travion Johnson.
So first, can you talk to us about what is it like
to me, it's really easy. I got a big support system. They make it easy for me. Just love the game.
And so talk to me more about that support system. Who's been here for you along the way?
My mom and dad most definitely, and Coach Mack as well. All the coaching staff actually, and my teammates still there for me day one.
How do they support you?
If I need it, they just ask for it. They got me.
So what are your plans after high school?
Play football, go to college. Keep handling what I got to do to play football. Classroom come first.
So in the classes right now, do you prepare for your plans for study?
Business. I do take a lot of classes preparing for business, even online.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Just talk to me about what it's like being a student athlete. I mean, how do you balance it?
I just have to put all my time and use it wisely. Put it all into football and academics, and just if I have free time, just consider myself lucky.
So what are your plans after high school?
I want to go to UW. No, sorry. I want to go to. I want to go to the University of Florida and probably study mechanical engineering so I can go move on to base. My dad work there.
And you plan on continuing being a student athlete afterwards?
Probably not. Unless something changes, I think I'm just gonna be a student.
Yeah. Is there anything preparing you right now for that life going just at least afterwards?
Just the work we do in school. You know, I'm getting a little bit more homework this year because it's my senior year, so it's kind of preparing me for college.
And who's kind of been there along the way? Who do you want to thank for supporting you?
Just my parents, especially my mom with academics. She's been pretty hard on me for it, but I thank her a lot for it.
And what does it mean to you to be honored as a scholar?
It means a lot. It's nice for what I do in the classroom to be recognized.
Hi, I'm Gary Winkler with Reef Runner Remodeling and Repair. At Reef Runner Remodeling and Repair, we understand the value of education and teamwork that is gained through high school sports. That's why we are a proud supporter of student athletes everywhere.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Jackson's got to get something here. He got hit. The ball's on the ground. And you don't have any timeouts. They don't have any timeouts.
For the end zone. Caught! Flag! 17.9 to go.
Mistakes. But once they clear those up, West Seneca East is going to be a very good football team this year.
Extra point attempt and trying to get into the end zone for a 2-point attempt instead. After it was blocked, it was DJ Baker was the holder.
Forcing them to pass the ball. Deep down the field to Harden. Caught! Wow! Oh my goodness, did he actually come down with that?
Down over the checkeration. Strike up. The Silver Fox fights on. What a play call. This could be a penalty in the end zone, but that's an SCDC touchdown for the Silver Foxes.
Take us to the end here. Connor Kolka needing to convert for 2. And it is loose. Was it a catch and a fumble? State College is on the football. Yes! State College scores on the 2-point conversion. Hank Lustig scooped it up.
All right, we're back as the Peachmore Automotive Team halftime report continues. You can see the band on the field and sounding good, and also, of course, down on or near the field, our sideline reporter, Haley Samples. Haley.
Hey guys, if you're anything like me, you love live entertainment and a meal, and I can't be the only one because I want you to take a look at this concession stand over here. I mean, it's absolutely packed. I guess there's a special happening tonight with the tomahawk tenders. I guess it's something spicy. They say they're really good, but I've been pretty impressed by all these concession stands all season long. These meals and items are pretty sophisticated for a high school game, if I do say so myself. So might have to check it out when I have some free time in a few minutes. Guys, back to you.
Well, hopefully not. But perhaps bring a plate up to me and Jeff here. Jeff?
No, thanks. The tomahawk tender takes a back seat to the Boussacres tender.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, no. Not backing me in a corner.
Jeff is a sponsor man first. He will always go to the ad. That's brilliant, Jeff. Good job. And Haley, thank you. You know, Jeff, we were down on the field before the game started. I said to you, I was like, boy, this smells really good down here.
It's so good.
Yeah, and there's no surprise that there's a long line. Meanwhile, there's about 4.5 minutes left here in the half, give or take. And Jeff, you know, we knew coming in that Choctaw was going to have a good night. They're a great team. You've said they're maybe the best team in the area. And you also pointed out before they ever started exactly what we see, which is to say just small plays, nickel and dime, run it, small passes. And, oh, by the way, don't look now, but they're up 14.
Yeah, with Choctaw, you're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. And obviously, it's kind of been what we expected with them. Really good defense. Offense does just enough to get the job done out there. Offense is really talented. But at the same time, for Pine Forest, I think the defense is very good for Pine Forest. Like, don't let the record fool you. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. They're out there battling.
Yeah.
And they have went toe-to-toe. They just got to get help from their offense. Same thing last week. When their offense started going, the defense plays even better. And right now, though, the only problem, like we talked about in the open, boy, Choctaw, this might be the best defense in the entire area.
No doubt. And to your point, you know, you mentioned that Pine Forest is in the middle of maybe the toughest 3-game stretch that maybe any team plays this season. So it just becomes a matter of trying to beat that. We do have some highlights for you, so let's take a look at the action for the first half.
Yeah, Zavatakis. I mean, you look at, obviously, Mr. Keller running the football, and this is kind of what they've been doing. Just enough to get the job done. Move the sticks. That's been the name of the game for Choctaw. Now, they have made a couple mistakes, plays here and there, but you see Zion Legree, by the way, the transfer from Pine Forest.
Yeah.
You think that meant something to him right there?
Yeah.
And Justin Weatherall starting off, they finally got the kick as getting the second half, getting it to start the second half, but right here, boy, nothing happening for him. Ja'Cory Thomas back this week for him. And look, Jarshawn Floyd, that's his favorite target. And they started to move the football a little bit. I mean, but all for naught is that defense is just too much. You see Keller again trying to put a move on the defense. But again, credit Pine Forest not giving up the big play.
That's right.
They are forcing them to go underneath and, boy, making it tough for them. But, man, oh, man, look at this right here, breaking tackles. Keller looking like the former Indian Cole Tabb running the football. And then watch this. Boy, this has got a chance to be our school bus stop of the game. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hide the kids.
Boom.
Oh, man.
Stick City.
How about that? Holy cow.
Big time play.
It's just over and over again, and you go back. Zavatakis not going to make mistakes, but here's what we're talking about. I mean, Pine Forest making plays on defense, but they cannot get the Indians off the field when they need to. They continue to move the stick. They forced them to punt a few times, but again, offense can't get it going, and Zavatakis and Keller, watch this. I mean, that's sound defense. You can't ask anything. But again, they starting behind in their own 10.
Their own 10, their own 9.
And this allows Choctaw to pin their ears back and come after you with everything they got. And how about the unlikely young man, Carter Morocco? We talk about Keller running the football. Morocco says, I want to get on the end zone as well. And that leads us to our 14-0 lead for the Indians here at half.
Pine Forest trails by a couple of touchdowns. They will get the ball first when we get going here in quarter number 3. That's coming up here in just a moment, so stay with us here. But I believe that we've got Haley Samples again ready to chat. Is that right?
No, I think they're trying to find Coach McDowell.
Gotcha. So, yeah, we'll go to break, and when we come back, we'll round out the half.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Hey guys, I'm here with Pine Forest head coach Kerry McDowell. Now, coach, what did you see from your team's performance in the first half of this game?
Well, we had great effort. The issue was we're letting people run wide open and not get the ball to them. We've had open receivers in their secondary. We've been able to block for the run, but then we bounce it outside when we got holes inside. So we have to execute. We have to do what's there, not do anything extra. Just do what's there.
So what's the strategy to turn things around in the second half here?
Simply, you always have to go back to fundamentals and go back to square one and make your right reads, make your right throws, and run to the right gap. It's the defense is playing well. Special teams is staying relatively penalty free. We just got to execute and get some first downs on offense. We got to get in the end zone.
Coach McDowell, thank you so much. Best of luck to you. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you to Coach McDowell, certainly, and Haley and Jeff. You heard him say the defense is playing well, and they are, but he mentioned that offense has got to get going, and that's kind of exactly what I think we'd expect him to say.
The same thing as last week, execute.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's what he preaches, and that's all he's asking for his guys on offense. They've had opportunities. We've seen them. I mean, they've had guys run open, and guys maybe have a chance to make a big play. They miss a block, whatever it may be, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing for Coach McDowell that probably frustrates him the most. It's not like you're just getting beat.
No,
you're beating
totally.
yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, credit Choctaw and their defense. We know how good they are. Your defense is playing out of its mind right now. You're down 14-0. You've got to get your offense to help your defense. And I'm telling you, if they can find a way to put some points on the board to start this first half or the second half right here, this completely turns this game on an end.
It's so interesting, though. Put some points on the board. That's a tall order against this Choctaw D. Remember, they have not surrendered a point since week 1 when they gave up 14 points. Is that what it was?
14 to Gulf Shores.
14 to Gulf Shores, and then they shut out Navarre. They won that 42-0. Then they shut out last week Crestview. They won that one 28-0. So it's easy to say, but not so easy to do, putting points up against this team. Pine Forest is going to get their chance right off the bat here as they won the coin toss before the game and chose to wait until the second half to get the ball. And so here we go as the second half is now underway. Fielded back at the 5-yard line. And here comes Weatherall, who has a nice return, able to play off a bounce there and ends up with a fine return there. The second effort gives great field position for Pine Forest. Not something we've said tonight, Jeff.
No, I mean, finally gets a clean opportunity, and you see, again, to me, probably one of their leaders and that the captains of that team, and Justin Weatherall, a defensive monster.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I mean, I'd like to see him get his hands on the ball on offense just to see. He's such a playmaker, but nonetheless, here comes Thomas in the offense, and here's the thing. Look, before the half, we saw him was the Randall Wrinkle, number 2, Corden Randall. They ran him out there, the 6'4", 225 receiver, and did a little quarterback, like a wildcat.
Yeah.
And it was pretty darn good for him.
Sure
so
was.
Interested if they get in a bind here, if they kind of go back to that.
There's Ja'Cory Thomas that will start the half, and we're going to keep it on the ground right up the middle here. Maybe picks up a yard. Yeah, Jeff, it was interesting when they did that. You know, it felt like it was a one-time thing, but that wasn't the case. They
and
ran
then the ball kept, they kept moving the
again,
sticks, moving the sticks.
It was working there, and there you can see Lampkins has had a big night for the Pine Forest offense, as big as you can have without any points on the board there. Second down and 8 after a couple-yard pickup. So,
let's see if the halftime speech inspired the Eagles.
Yeah, as you said, it's all there. Going to try and go to the air here is Thomas, but that Choctaw D is relentless, and it's going to be a loss of about 6, and that's what they don't want is 3rd and long. Number 2 here had a big play. That's Mario Alloway.
Boy, Alloway has had a night.
Sure has. Well,
it's his, I believe, 2nd or 3rd sack tonight, I believe.
Very impressive.
6'3", 220. He is fast as lightning.
Yep. And, so now, just like that, Pine Forest will face 3rd and long. To be clear, it's about 3rd and 14. If they want to move those chains and get a Pensacola State College, 1st and 10. So Ja'Cory Thomas, of course, out of the shotgun. There he is, front and center. And he's going to throw, and mercy. He's darn lucky that wasn't picked off. Intended receiver was number 15, Charson Floyd, of course, but that looked like it was intended for player from Choctaw. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, back there by Thomas. He dropped it late.
Yeah. So we'll see what this penalty is because if it goes
Roughing the passer.
Chris, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
How about that? So for the second time, we've seen a fourth down that Pine Forest was facing get erased thanks to a 15-yard penalty. The chains will move.
Yeah, Coach Beasley is not going to like that with his Indian squad. I mean, I thought Pine Forest has played pretty darn well penalty-free. Obviously, pretty darn well. They've missed some opportunities, but penalty-free wise, boy, the Indians have shot themselves in the foot, giving Pine Forest multiple opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, the offense stays on the field. And here comes Corey Thomas. They hand this one off up the middle, and that's Lampkins again, who fights for every inch he can get, picks up 3 or 4. Heck of an effort to get that many out of it. He was tangled up pretty much from the moment he had his hands on the ball.
Yeah, got to find a way to continue to get positive yardage and not get behind the sticks. Again, get third and short where you can run whatever offense you want, not an obvious passing down where the Indians can just pin their ears back.
That's right. So he does pick up about 4. That'll make it second down and 6 with 10 minutes to go here. Quarter number 3. Pine Forest trying to do something with the first possession of the third, and Thomas will throw it a little bit high. His passes have been just off the mark. That time Zion McCall was the intended, and Jeff, he's had some open receivers, but this is a little high.
Yeah, I mean, still, look at it, it's just out of reach, just fingertips.
Close, yeah.
Yeah, I almost thought, well, that's got to be caught, but, Thomas got to get that ball down just a little bit.
Yeah, 5 inches makes a huge difference. Instead, it's third down now and 6. And again, Pine Forest wants to get that Pensacola State College 1st and 10. As they're out at the 43-yard line, and here comes Thomas. He's got some time this time, and he is able to hit his man, but ultimately it's only a pickup of a couple. That was Floyd who hauls it in, but it's going to be 4th down and about 4.
Yeah, they've tried to get the ball to Floyd a couple of times, but credit the Indians being able to stop him. I mean, he is the favorite receiver. Charshawn Floyd, we saw him last week just go off.
Well, I was going to mention, Jeff, we were showing those highlights at the half, and we had one with Floyd, and I was going to say at the time, we really didn't say his name much in the first half, which is rare because he is the top receiver, but now they're trying to get him implemented quickly here in the second half.
Yeah, they've had him pinned up, double covered, and safety help over the top.
So barring a 15-yard free penalty, looks like Pine Forest is going to punt this one away. It's a high snap, and this is real trouble now. And that ball is still loose. Doesn't matter who recovers it either way.
Somehow Pine Forest got their hands back on it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Ultimately, that was Jaseri Brown who hauls it in. But look at this. The snap is just out of his reach.
Yeah, there's been a few, obviously, when you look at the long snap there, bad snap, there's been a few snaps in the shotgun as well that's cost Pine Forest. So some things that they're easy fixes. You're going to hate to go back and watch the film to see how many opportunities you gave the Indians.
Well, yeah, you against a team like Choctaw, you just can't make mistakes like that. So now all of a sudden the Indians will have tremendous field position starting down at the 30-yard line. This was true late in the second quarter, and they were able to get the touchdown. And Zabatakis would love to strike quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here. Play clock at 10. Keller's going to keep it. They keep it on the ground, and the Pine Forest D does a heck of a job. Hits it immediately, and basically down right back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. This Pine Forest D's got to be thinking, guys, we can only do so much.
Yeah. We've been battling all night long.
Yeah, getting
past
tired.
2 weeks.
Yep. Of course, lost to Niceville at home last week. We had that one for you on TV. It's Keller who was
fighting. Yeah. It just takes more than one man.
He's been awesome for sure. 14-0 is the score. Ultimately, Keller picked up about a yard there, 2nd and 9 officially. Zabatakis has thrown it deep a couple of times. This time that's a little high. As intended for DJ Spence, the junior. And that'll make it 3rd down and 9. So kind of a rare misfire there from Zabatakis.
We've seen him really miss tonight.
Yep. Not quite there on that one. So sitting at the 29-yard line, and Choctaw wants to do something with this outstanding field position. They were granted off the muffed punt. 3rd down and 9, though, so a big play here for both sides of the ball. 3 wide receivers out on the far side here. Zabatakis going to throw out there, and he throws it high, and that is picked. That's another misfire from Zabatakis, and Pine Forest gets the interception. And taken out. Big-time play there. That is just what they needed, and that's Najati Clark, who hauls it in with a huge play, Jeff.
Yeah, I believe Clark had an interception last week against Niceville as well. But look, Legree tries to get the ball to Legree, not on the same page. Looks like he wanted to run in. Legree stayed put right there. Boy, not. Tell you what, again, here's the opportunity. Again, your defense bails you out on your offense. They've got to go out and make a play. Maybe a play action over the top here. Try to take a deep shot, loosen them up a little bit.
Yeah.
But, man, I have been thoroughly impressed with this Eagle defense.
That was huge. I mean, remember that they gave Choctaw the ball at the 30, and it felt like if Choctaw scores, this thing is all but over. But instead, Clark and that Pine Forest D come up with a huge play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Eagles, and it looks like they are going back to the Randall Wrinkle, although I see a flag is down. Let's see what the penalty is here. We talked about Corden Randall, who
wide receiver / quarterback.
Yeah,
they're going to wave
waving the flag off. So Randall usually plays receiver, but in the first half they let him take some direct snaps, and he was really effective, able to run for quite a few yards on several occasions, and now he's back in that position. So we'll see if it is as effective this time around here. And he's deep. He's a good 8 yards off the ball there. Choctaw is ready. He's not. Yeah, they were very ready. I do see a flag on the far side, so we'll hold tight and see exactly what the penalty is here. But that's a big play for Choctaw.
Choctaw made a halftime adjustment on.
On the Randall Wrinkle.
Yeah. Illegal procedure.
So this is going to go against Pine Forest.
Maybe too many men.
Pine, still second down.
Decline, so they're just going to take the loss there. It wasn't much of a loss. I mean, as it's marked, it looks like it's basically 2nd and 10. So not sure why they didn't take the penalty. And Randall's still in there. And this time he does have a lot of room as he gets out to the right. Picks up about 5 or 6, so that'll make it 3rd down and 4. So
much more manageable.
And that play there a little closer to what we were seeing in the first half when they were running. He gets out to the 40.
Yeah, Randall didn't play around. Watch him get downhill right there. He hits a different speed, kicks it into gear.
His size is just different too. Talk in. 3rd down, big play. Oh, and he misses the snap. There's a flag on the play. I think he might get a false start here. So it may not matter, but that goes right through the hands of Randall. And now a flag comes in out of nowhere, way late.
Well, that was unnecessary. That ref really reared back and let that one go.
I mean, he threw that thing 40 yards. So they're gonna discuss. You know, it felt like if that's
3 flags, by the way.
Okay, three different flags. If one of them is a false start, it felt like Randall was running before anything started. He was ready to go on that 3rd down play. And these officials, crew out of Miracle Strip, is talking it out.
Looks like the Randall Wrinkle is going to be replaced right here.
Yeah, it hasn't been quite as effective this time around, and it's going to be Corey Thomas, I think, coming back in to run the QB.
They are talking about quite a bit.
Well, like you said, we've got 3 flags. They're all sitting along the 40, but we've got one on the far side, one in the center of the field, and one on the near side. Like, it's kind of a pretty design, frankly, Jeff.
Fence, 5-yard penalty, dead ball, personal foul, offense, 15-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Christian, that is a total of 20 yards
so
if you're keeping track at home.
5, got it.
That's easy, man.
If you wouldn't mind double checking, I would appreciate it, but I'll trust you.
I'll tell you what, though, they'll take the 20-yard penalty instead of the turnover for 6.
Yeah, that's right. Because that darn near
exactly what was fixing to happen.
Yep. So it's 3rd and forever now. And Choctaw is going to pin those ears back, maybe, Jeff, like you said, and just try to keep the heat on. And when I say forever, I'm talking 3rd and about 25, a.k.a. 3rd and long. They've got to get out to the 44-yard line if they'd like to convert. So it's 3rd and 24, to be specific. Thomas going to get sacked as he loses another couple, and that Choctaw D just doesn't quit. It'll be 4th down and 25.
That was Tyler Floyd back in at quarterback.
Okay.
Number 16, the sophomore last week, getting his first start.
Cool. That's right.
Tyler's like, yeah, okay, I got this. And then Choctaw's defense.
Yeah. He's like, Coach, what are we doing here? I was very comfortable watching. Don't make me deal with this. This defense is too darn good.
I remember that bad snap last time.
Yeah. Clock is rolling already down to 6:20. Yeah, that's a great punt here, but fielded at the 50. I'm going to try and do something with it, but nothing doing there. Good coverage from Pine Forest. So with 6:10 to go here, we're probably going to get a water break, and we'll make that official before we step away, as they're going to change over here, and the Choctaw offense will come back out onto the field. But let's see first. We can confirm they're going to get their water break. This is right around when the officials usually make that happen. And again, don't want to step away till we know for sure. There it is. Your official water break has come, which means we will step away for just a moment. But when we come back, Choctaw's got the ball, and they're up a couple of touchdowns.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Come to its conclusion, and the Choctaw offense heading back out onto the field. They're up 14-0 here, 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Glad to have you with us for Friday Night Rivals, and they will, Choctaw, take over here on the Pine Forest side by a yard, taking over at the 49-yard line. Maybe a direct snap here. And a fine defensive play. That was Dante Whitby, I believe, who carried that ball. Yeah, it was Whitby.
Yeah, they tried a little wrinkle right there with a wildcat of their own.
Yep.
Nothing really doing. Great job by the Pine Forest defense, snuffing that out.
Ready for the challenge, although he did pick up a yard, so now at the 48, second down, and 9. And boy, with this Choctaw offense, the clock just rolls. You know, they run it so much, they throw these short passes, which tend to be complete. The game really moves along. Keep it on the ground here, looking for a hole, and and a good second effort there from Keller. He is tough to bring down. Maybe picked up another yard or two. Ran more sideways than forward. It'll be third down coming up.
Yeah, with Demetrius Mosley hanging on that and letting Keller get any further right there. We've seen him break plenty of tackles, but not from Mr. Mosley.
So that makes it third down and 6. And we'll see now what Coach Beasley wants to do and try and get these chains to move. Looking for a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 as they sit at the 45-yard line. Need to get down to the 39. They'd like those chains to cruise on down the field. Kanan Zabatakis, terrific quarterback, and looks like we may have a timeout here on the field. So with that, why don't we go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, it's third down and 6. Choctaw.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back, everybody. We are ready to roll as the Choctaw offense has been rolling through the evening here. Facing 3rd down and 6 right now. Fakes the option, but a heck of a defensive play. Number 28 is ready to roll. Najati Clark having a huge night and makes a big stop there.
He's cramping
Might be
up.
cramping. Yeah, we've seen a little of that tonight.
By the way, it was fairly cool outside before the game. We were down there as long as you're in the shade.
Right.
But it was still humid.
It was.
And it rained earlier.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Yep. When our games.
That penalty is declined. 4th down.
When the game started, for about the first 10 minutes, there was light rain, but enough to get more moisture out there. And sure enough, we have seen a couple of folks cramping. So great play there from Clark. That'll make it 4th down and 11. And, of course, Choctaw going to punt this thing away. So Pine Forest gets another shot as Weatherall will be back to receive the punt.
It's sky high.
Yeah, sure is. Nice punt. Weatherall is not going to do much with it here. And look at this. Are you kidding me? Boy, this special teams from Choctaw has been awesome tonight for the 2nd time tonight. They down it inside the 5, and it will make for a very long field for the Pine Forest Eagles. Jeff, while they're coming out, you got some scores for us.
Yeah, Baker and Jay, big rivalry. The war on Highway 4 is what they call it. Baker's up 23-20, start of the 4th quarter right there. How about that one for Derek Diamonds? Jay Royals battling back. Niceville and Crestview. I just told you this a second ago when we were at break. How about this? Niceville 28, Crestview 26.
How about that?
3rd
Bulldogs.
How about that? Mosley 22 on the road at Navarre at 9. Over in Mobile area, 34-7 is Saraland over Spanish Fort right now. PHS at home against Destin, 23-9. And I do not have an update for your Pensacola County
But the Crusaders
against Montgomery Catholic.
All right. I'm hoping they get it done. Meanwhile, back here, Pine Forest and Ja'Cory Thomas starting very deep in their own territory. That has been a common theme for them tonight. And working for every yard as Lemkins picks up about 4. Does a nice job there to get a little bit of breathing room as we are now under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. He's having a good night, is Lemkins. Been a real workhorse for the Pine Forest offense.
Yeah, usually it's Jacavier Lewis and Lampkins. Lampkins been the hot hand tonight.
Yeah, he sure has. 2nd down now, so despite the fact that he picked up 4, they've still got a ways to go deep in the territory. Here's Thomas, who quickly throws out, and that's going to be complete, but not going to be enough for the 1st down. I think he's going to be just short. Picked up about 3 there. Still laying down as players continue to fall on him. That was Kamarian Jordan. He's had a nice night as well. Called his name out a few times last week. And again tonight, here's another look. That Choctaw D was like, nope, don't think so. That'll make it 3rd and 3 with 3:05 to go, but that clock continues to roll here. And Thomas, again, going to be under some pressure to try and get something done here on 3rd down.
Oh, man,
mercy.
oh, man.
Yeah. He had McCall. Would have been tough maybe to get it as the Choctaw D was swarming, but you got to catch it first nonetheless. Could be looking at a very quick 3 and out here, deep in your own territory on 4th down and 3. And sure enough,
yeah, they're going to bring on the punt
offense will walk away. So that's a disappointing possession, no doubt, for the Eagles, who were glad to get it. But as soon as they started inside their own 5 against this D, you knew it was a very tall order. And can't do much with it. So instead, I think once again it's going to work out to be terrific field position for Choctaw. They've started a few drives with great field position, but haven't scored every time. Just moments ago that happened.
3 or 4 they've started inside their own 10.
Yeah.
Same result for all of them.
Low punt here and goes right into his arms, but ultimately he's not going to get much out of it. That was too quick of a punt, and the defenders were there. Brody Brechtel, the man who brought it in. So here comes the Choctaw O. It's interesting, Jeff. I mean, they're such a good team, right? And the offense looks good, but they only have 14 points. Now, is that just because the Pine Forest D is really, really good?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, again, we talked about it, and I will continue to say it over and over again. I believe in this Pine Forest defense. They're pretty darn good. They get no help from their offense, and that's something they got to figure out. Obviously, a tough stretch of games right here, but look, credit them. They have battled all night long, and look, finally.
Folks, that's Carter Morocco, who's already got a touchdown, and boy, he's a nifty little player when he comes in, man. Nifty. He knows what to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's probably the biggest run play we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, Morocco. Absolutely, big play there as he takes.
Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, replay first down.
And then there you go, back them on up.
Right,
that's another thing. You know, the Indians have shot themselves in the foot.
Again and again.
I mean, just bonehead penalties, 15 yards a pop, 10 yards a pop.
10 yards right there. So instead of the big play from Morocco, they go the wrong way. And as you can see, they're now all the way back at the 35-yard line. Nonetheless, here comes Keller. He's going to try and get out wide, not able to do too much with it. Picks up maybe 2, and that'll be it. So the Pine Forest D continues to prove they are stout.
See Aiden Andrews right there, number 10. And I tell you what Aiden Andrews did right there, not very many have been able to do that, and that is hang on and tackle Keller.
Yeah, we've seen him break a few tonight. He's had a big night from the start, too. All night long, he's been the guy. Zabatakis, who, of course, is one of the premier quarterbacks in the area, has had a good night for sure. Mostly I've been impressed with some of his decision-making, but hasn't really had, like, kind of a big play, Jeff, that just makes you think, holy cow, that looks special, although he is certainly a great quarterback.
And again, you credit Pine Forest's defense from preventing the big play.
Yeah.
Pine Forest made him earn everything, but for Zabatakis, look, he's thrown an interception.
Yep.
You know, they've made him battle and credit him. He's played tough, but Keller right there, that's a young man that I have not seen him fall backwards every time. Watch this. Could easily just go down. He finds a way to fall forward.
Keeps moving.
And that's the difference.
All right, so that'll make it 3rd down and about a yard here. And here they go back to Keller, who is able to get outside.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, Pensacola State College, 1st and 10, out to about the 25-yard line, and the chains will move as the Choctaw offense continues to keep things rolling here late in quarter 3.
Keller reminds me of the bowling ball at the bowling lanes where you got the guards up so he can't go in the gutter. He just keeps bouncing off that, right? You don't use those?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're still bowling with the gutters, Jeff? You know?
No gutters for me. I got the guards up.
That 281 you were bragging about means a lot less than it did.
Look at that.
Yeah,
stiff.
here it comes this way. Look at this.
My goodness.
Yeah, how about that? Heck of a play there. That's Keller again. And yes, bumpers, I meant.
I said guards. It doesn't really matter.
They knew.
I just make sure nobody's around when I bowl. It's one of those I enjoy doing it. I just don't like doing it with other people.
Fair enough. I think you just described bowling for like 90%. I'm a fan myself. Here's Keller, a little stiff arm there and just kept it going. Man, what a night he's having. Great player.
Absolutely. You know, we were talking about our Gene's floor covering player of the game, and you had mentioned one that you thought of. I had mentioned one that I thought of. So I'm kind of leaning more towards yours.
They're both having special nights. 2nd down now and 5, and here he comes again. Look at Keller. Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Look at him. He's just like, I'm not done, fellas. As he gets down to about the 10 or 11. So we're about to find out if this is going to be a 1st and goal or if he's just short of the 10-yard line. Either way, they're inside the Synovus red zone, and it's a Pensacola State College 1st and 10. 30 seconds to go. It is 1st and goal as he just got inside the 10-yard line.
Keller came into this game, by the way, with 87 yards rushing. Wow. That's it.
Got more than that tonight, maybe double that here. You can see flag or just a stoppage. Maybe it's a timeout, it looks like. So timeout there, Pine Forest, as they want to chat about things. And Jeff, you mentioned that Crestview and Niceville in that tight game. You know, next week we've got Niceville, and that's Choctaw, who are here at Choctaw tonight, but next week we're going to drive down the road, and it'll be Choctaw at Niceville. That's a game I'm really looking forward to. That should be great.
I mean, it's a rivalry game for them, right down the road from each other. Niceville, man, it's always fun going to Niceville. What a cool place if you've never been.
Little bowl there.
That's a high school field you got to go check out. Really cool experience. Really good food, by the way. We'll always have our Fusaclis. You guys can't have any unless you go buy your own.
And they'd love you to do that.
Yeah, they really would.
So, tell them we sent you.
But no, a big rivalry right there, and man, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, that should be fun. That's a 7 o'clock start. Again, that's 1 week from tonight on Friday Night Rivals. So hopefully you can catch that action. Meanwhile, we're back here. It is 1st and goal coming off that terrific run from Keller. He got just inside the 10-yard line, so obviously well inside the Synovus red zone. And Choctaw would love to punch this in and take a 3-touchdown lead late in the third. And if they get that, boy, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Pine Forest could come back. This Choctaw D is so good. There we go. Going to try and throw it here. And the throw is...
Oh, wow.
Man, no flag. Good defensive play there. That's a strong effort from Jacob Pickett, who would have loved to pick it.
Yeah, interesting on that throw. Looks like he was double covered.
Yeah.
One of the few bad decisions we've seen Zavatakis make tonight.
Yeah, he wanted that 6. So instead, it's 2nd down and goal here as that Pine Forest D, who, despite the fact that they're trailing by 14, has had a great night, and they're very good. Getting asked to make another big stand right now. 2nd down and goal. Zavatakis this time will roll out to the left. And now pushes the other way and wide open as he throws against his body. That's well done. And touchdown, Ryan Burks, the junior tight end.
Burks, he was the young man we just saw a second ago when Zavatakis threw it to double coverage. It was sitting there, looked like he was open. Well, this time,
he says, come on.
You can't miss him.
Well, Zavatakis, he rolled out left and then threw against his body, which is frequently so effective and leaves someone wide open, and that's exactly what we saw here.
You see our Forrest Jordan and Associates. That's the generator guy's touchdown. Don't get much easier than that right there.
That makes it 20. The extra point is up. The extra point is good, and that makes it 21. So it is all Choctaw right now as they actually do get that touchdown just before the end of the quarter here with 8.3 to go, and you can see they are fired up, and for good reason, 21-0. So, Jeff, we were talking about scores. Earlier, you had a couple of college scores for us. I know there's a late game out on the West Coast tonight. UCLA is playing, so that one actually just underway at 9 o'clock. Any other scores?
Yeah, I know you were asking me about the Syracuse and Colgate score as well.
Actually, I'm recording it. Don't tell me. No spoilers.
Well, Houston, how about this? We talked about it. Dion in the Colorado Buffaloes, new look Colorado Buffaloes.
That's right.
Starting the 3rd-string quarterback, Ryan Staub.
Yeah, 3 quarterbacks in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, well, here we go. Well, right now they are still down 19-14 to Houston. Houston's got the ball driving. K-State and Arizona, 10-3 Arizona right now. Indiana, I know you bugged me about it. We finally got a final.
This is it.
73-0 Indiana over Indiana State. And UCLA and New Mexico have not officially kicked off yet.
Gotcha. Man.
So just hold on. We'll get there.
Jeez.
Now you're worried about it.
That Indiana game, I gave 74. So
I'm sorry.
That's a real bummer. Gotta say.
That's about how it goes.
What a disappointment.
Well, who gave you that information? Goodness gracious.
All right, so 8.3 to go here as coming off the touchdown.
Weather all trying to make something happen.
As he has all night. If anybody's going to, it may just well be him. He's a playmaker, but 2.4 to go here as the Eagle offense will come out onto the field and run our final play of quarter number 3 as Pine Forest now down 21-0 and losing some steam, I'm afraid, Jeff.
Yeah, tough sledding. And again, I'll harp on it again just for everybody that hasn't been paying attention. The Eagles defense gave up 21 again. They gave up 35 last week. The defense is elite. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it. People are going to may laugh at it when you look at the score and everything, but if you watch the 2 games past 2 weeks, they have battled their tails off every single drive out there. Nothing has come easy. There's been no big plays over the top. I think Niceville had that one big deep pass play to Oliver over the top for them, and that was it. They shut it back down. And it's a Pine Forest defense that has historically has had really great secondaries with some guys going to play on Sundays.
And they've played 3 straight really tough games. Yeah. So here we go. Go for it right now, as that is just kind of a lob pass that will ultimately go out of bounds. So they're going. I don't think they're going to win this game. As that ends the quarter. I guess I'll make this point when we come back, because that is how quarter number 3 will come to an end. 21-0. It's been all Choctaw tonight. When we come back, the Eagles would love to change that fact, and they're going to do their best in about 2 minutes.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering Friday Night Rivals.
It is Military Appreciation Night here at Choctaw High School, and it's been a great night. You know, in fact, as we heard the national anthem before the game, they then played the theme songs for all of our military branches, and that was great, and it's been a special night. And you heard Haley talking about that earlier, Jeff. You heard the principal mention that it's a military town, and as you joked, you know, which town isn't around here, you know? So military night means a whole lot, and it's been great to honor our members of the military here and, of course, everywhere in this world.
Yeah, you see right there, Thomas trying to throw down the field to Charshawn Floyd, the big play wide receiver for him. Nothing doing.
They ran first down before the end of the quarter. That was second, so now it's 3rd and 10 here as they are trailing big. We mentioned that, you know, we are currently seeing Ja'Cory Thomas at quarterback. He's their typical starter. Though last week Floyd started, as we know. And Floyd played a few minutes ago. Wouldn't be shocked if he gets a little time here late in the game, as that ball is not brought in, and it's going to be 4th down as Jordan just not able to haul that one in. So just like that, 3 plays, and now 4th and long for this Pine Forest offense.
Yeah, again, pressure in his face. I mean, the offense just has not looked good, but credit the defense. They have applied pressure to Thomas, no matter who's back there, all night long.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's 21-0, but it really has been kind of a defensive game. You've talked all night about how much you like the Pine Forest defense, and you've also said Choctaw is maybe the best defense in the area. So this may well be the best defensive matchup we see all year, despite the fact that it's 21-0 and it may not feel that way. But we haven't seen big plays, really. Nobody's broken anything big.
Yeah, we talked about it over break, just in general conversation of, you know, we talk about Pine Forest and the offense not looking good. But my goodness, bring me an offense out here that's going to start inside their 10 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do, too.
That's right. They have been deep in their own territory all night long as Bechtel hauls in that punt, and the Choctaw offense coming back out onto the field here. So 11:40 to go in quarter number 4. Still to come, you know, Jeff, I'm looking forward to our stop of the night. We had a real stick early on in the game.
Yeah, we did.
And that was awesome. We've shown you that highlight at least once during halftime, but we'll have that coming up, and some other awards as always, plus of course a trophy ceremony. And right now Choctaw's got to feel real good about their chances to haul in the Friday Night Rivals hardware. So that's looking likely, and here you can see that's going to be a jump, an encroachment here going against Pine Forest, and that's going to be Jessere Brown, who jumped.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That'll be 2, if everything holds up, 2 for 2 for Choctaw the past 2 years. I believe we had them here last year for Walton Beach. They got the trophy. By the way, Award Masters with the trophy. Beautiful trophy.
Yeah, it looks
Another
great.
week goes by that I could not run off with it.
I know, and it's heavy. It's like it's a real trophy. It's nice.
It does not fit in your pocket.
That's true. Yeah, I remember we mentioned early in the night that these two teams last year went to overtime.
Look at this, Keller.
Yeah, Keller just continues to pound down the field, gets down to about the 30-yard line. So last year, Pine Forest beat Choctaw in overtime, but Choctaw going to get their revenge tonight. Barring a crazy comeback here. Here's Keller once again. As you can see, he goes left and just fights for every inch. Usually takes at least a couple of people to bring him down. And that's a Hampton Imports 1st and 10 down at the 30-yard line. Zabatakis, the quarterback, with Keller. They may just try and keep that clock rolling. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we've got some flags here. Someone moved. The question is who? We're about to find out the answer to that particular question.
Referees have had their work cut out for them tonight.
Microphone battery's going low.
Man, oh man.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
All right, so their second penalty here against Pine Forest. 5 more free yards. And first down and 5. Sitting at the 25-yard line as they get closer and closer, inching their way to the Synovus red zone.
The ever-famous Synovus red zone.
Do you know how late Fusakis is open? I might need to find that out.
I never really have to know because before they close, I'm already in bed.
Yeah,
I'm not staying up late.
And they always feed us before the game.
They do.
So we never have to worry about it. But as I picture that drive home, I'm trying to think about my options. There's Keller again, who pounds his way down. That's all he does is work for every single yard to go ahead and make it official. They close at 10, so I don't think I'll be able to hit them up tonight, but I'll probably find a way to get my hands on some of those tenders at some point this weekend. And
just DoorDash it to your house.
Might do that beautiful trophy that you were talking about from Awards Masters. And we weren't kidding when we said it's good looking. Here comes Keller again. This time he goes left. Oh, my goodness. He literally just pushes the guy out of his way. That was R.J. Payne, and he said, no, Mr. Payne, we're moving. Keller's really feeling himself tonight, Jeff. Oh, man,
he has been
what a night he's having.
He comes into this game with 87 yards rushing.
Look at this. Look at that.
Just get off me.
Just pushed him.
And he was very nice about it.
He was very polite. He gets down
you're on the other end of it.
21.
Probably wasn't very nice.
RJ says, you get him down here and try and stop him.
So Choctaw next week will be at Niceville. We'll have that game for you right here.
That's right.
For Pine Forest, they will be on the road again. Road Warriors for the next 2 weeks. They got Crestview and then Booker T. Washington.
Gotcha. And no surprise, Keller down to about the 14 now. Well inside the Synovus red zone. And you know, Jeff, we could easily say, oh, well, they're just running it because they're just running out the clock. It's like, no, they're running it because they're picking up 5 to 10 yards a carry. Yeah, exactly. You know, with the clock rolling down is just a benefit.
He has got to be close to 30 carries.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been a workhorse.
And I mean, there's no way I can remember for sure, but it doesn't feel like he lost yardage on any of them. He's been awesome. Here, this time we're going to keep it. There he is.
Morocco.
You know exactly who that is. Old Carter Morocco. I misidentified him earlier. Thought it was Keller when he scored a touchdown, and ever since, Morocco's family not been a big fan of mine, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, watch this, Morocco.
The keeper.
Run the ball well tonight.
But yeah, he's been awesome. He's like carried it 3 times. One got called back, but even that one he picked up 10 yards, and his touchdown run was beautiful.
By the way, Milton Panthers finally get a score in that game.
Okay.
In the fourth quarter, Milton 3, Tate 0.
This is a battle of 2 undefeated teams, and it's 3-0. Wow.
I thought we had a defensive stand.
Seriously. Holy moly. 8:30 to go. First down. Choctaw knocking at the door. Here comes Keller.
Ooh.
But this time he's hit pretty hard. That's a fine defensive play, but you can see the defender, Trevion Johnson, ends up being the guy who's slow to walk away.
Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, looks like he's...
Almost an area like a stinger.
Yeah,
Arm
that makes sense
right
there. On the way. Yeah, he's exactly right. That's what it looks like. Watch again, and you can see they collided.
This is not the man you want to go ahead. He tries to... He makes the tackle.
Yeah.
But, man, you want to see him keep his head up or... Hate to see it go down like that.
Couldn't be more impressed with Keller here as they're down to the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal, the situation with 7:44 to go here. With Choctaw Indians up 21-0, and this time Morocco going to keep it himself as he gets down to the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Man, surprised he didn't get in. He's been tough to stop himself. They got to give it to Keller, Jeff. I mean, give Keller the touchdown here.
Just get the quarterback out of there and just let Keller catch it.
Direct snap to Keller. Yeah, so of course we know that Taven Zabatakis is such a good quarterback, but they have used Morocco nicely tonight. He does have a touchdown run. He's got a couple of other runs from the backfield there, and he can get it done with his legs.
Oh, they subbed Keller out.
Come on. Yeah,
it's like number 5, Dante Whitby.
Is in instead. And Whitby's like, oh, it would be my night as I take it in for 6. How about that? And Keller on the sideline is like, what? I'm sure he's very happy for
Well, if you had Dante Whitby on your high school fantasy team, don't tell anybody because I don't think that's a real thing. And Dante Whitby will get your Forrest Jordan Associates. That's the generator guy's touchdown. While Mr. Keller eats up, seems like 38 carries on that drive right there.
He was awesome. He was awesome. Incredible drive. And now to cap it off with the extra point and get us up to 28-0, which of course is the score they won by last week against Crestview. So their last 3 games were 42-0 against Navarre, 28-0 last week versus Crestview, and at this moment in time with 7:02 to go, the very same score here against Pine Forest. So that Choctaw D making a real name for itself here on the Gulf Coast over the last few weeks.
Yeah, how about this? Speaking of the score last week, 28-0 Choctaw. Crestview 32-28 right now.
On Niceville?
Mid-fourth on the road at Niceville.
Man, the Bulldogs.
Boy.
That would be a big upset,
That would be a big-time upset. Crestview, we had them. I mean, really, really good team, but we'll see what happens.
So why don't we take a quick break here? When we come back, the Pine Forest offense comes back on the field. Check that. We're going to stay right here. It's my fault. I was supposed to pitch to break, and Daniel, who's our producer, I forgot. My apologies.
Oh, well, we got a second.
Yeah.
Baker 29, Jay 20 late in the fourth. Again, the score's still 3-0. That's wild. 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. You don't see that?
Now.
No kidding. That's really something.
T.R. Miller and Flomaton. T.R. Miller pulling away in the fourth, 21-3. PHS 43-9 over Destin. About to start the fourth right there. Saraland all over Spanish Fork 46-7. Mosley. No updates since halftime. 22-9 over Navarre. And again, no update from your Pittsburgh Catholic
Crusaders. I wonder what's up with that.
You got to be a part of that secret crew, which I would assume you would be.
No, I'm definitely not. No, I've asked to get into the secret crew a few times, but they don't. They go straight to the junk mail.
Real quick, Panama City Bay at home against the Escambia Gators, a local team for us. Right now, Bay up 21-14.
All right, Weatherall fields that. Back around the 5, gets out to near the 15-yard line, but a fine defensive play there, and you can see he's awfully proud of it. Is Ellis Alloway, the senior linebacker. Nice play there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're brothers.
Could be cousins.
Both Alloways,
right?
Mario
Two
Alloway and Ellis Alloway having a heck of a night.
Both of them, yeah, for sure. 6:55 to go here. 28-0 is the score, and Pine Forest would love to get some points on the board. Would love to do something positive on offense. They really need that. And I mean, just from inside the locker room, you know the defense is thinking, come on, guys. Can't be just us playing great every single week. So see if this offense can do something. That's Ja'Cory Thomas. He's back in at quarterback, and he has shown flashes tonight. He's had a few good plays, but it's just this Choctaw D is so darn good. And here's Ja'Cory, who's going to try and keep it himself. Oh, my goodness. Under a ton of pressure once again, and he ultimately goes down.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, Boston Murray.
Yes.
Making another big play, and every time he makes that play, I love it. Just fired up.
Bo Moo, they call him.
I think it's you.
Well, just me. When I say they.
I'll call him that too.
I'm going to, yeah, there you go. Now there's two of us. Old Bo Moo. All right, so that's a loss of 5 after the fine defensive play from Murray. So second down and 15 now. And Ja'Cory again under some pressure. He just
every time.
Yeah. Oh, tries to throw against the body there, and was looking for Corden Randall, of course, who's been playing a little quarterback tonight, but incomplete third down. So, you know, Thomas is just, like you said, A, starting with terrible field position again and again, B, under so much pressure all the time. It's got to be frustrating for him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say he's played terrible.
No, not at all.
He hasn't had a clean pocket all night.
For sure, yeah. A credit to that D that you told us before the game was maybe the best in the area. You know, listen, you said 3 weeks ago you thought Choctaw might be the best team in the area, and they're living up to the hype, that's for sure. They're going to move to 4-0. They won't even give up a point here. Third down and 15. Oh, and there he goes again, right on cue. He is under pressure.
Ellis Alloway.
Yeah, Alloway again. As you said, the Alloways have a big night there. Senior linebacker makes 2 big plays in that one sequence. We're now under 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, next week, Choctaw at Niceville. We'll get to see that one. Big rivalry again. I mean, wild. Crestview goes up as of right now, 32-28 over Niceville.
Yeah,
you can bet if Niceville somehow they lose that game, they are going to be coming for Choctaw.
No doubt.
They cannot wait to get back on the field.
That will be something.
It's going to be exciting. No matter what, they're going to be waiting on. These are two teams that have no love lost.
Yeah, for sure. So that's a week from tonight. That should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. But right now, we've got to clean things up and finish this one out. And looks like we may have a water break here. So why don't we go ahead and take our break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. Stay with us.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we're back, and as you can see, the scoreboard there, the score bug tells the story. It's been all Choctaw tonight, up 28-0 in front of this home crowd. Military appreciation night, and not too many folks drove over from Pine Forest, but a few did, and good for them. Appreciate them coming on over here. As you can see, more good field position now coming their way, as once again, Brody Brechtel, who's been the return man all night for Choctaw, carries that one. Just got to close it out here.
See if we get some backups in here.
Yeah,
the Indians.
Becomes a non-injury situation. Hear that mic on the field, you think the official's going to tell you something, but
just kidding.
Didn't have anything to say that time around, so that's okay. While we have a sec, we will remind you, and I know we do, and I know if you're watching us, you already know this, but it's always worth saying, 45 minutes from this moment in time on WEAR, you'll have Prep Football Final hosted by Steve Nissom this year, and so he'll have some highlights for you from up and down the coast. And there's Steve. That's tonight at 10:15. So first you've got the news, of course, with Solarski there at 10 o'clock, and then 15 minutes in, Strum will give you your forecast, and here comes Steve to break down the highlights. So that's Prep Football Final tonight, 10:15 on WEAR.
The referees had a conversation. I'm interested in what they were talking about.
Yeah, but they haven't given us like an official. Yeah, our director Jack said they're wondering if Fusaklis is open. It's a good question.
Fair.
They're not. They close at 10. So yes, they're open right now with 29 minutes left apparently. And here you can see Zabatakis going to throw to the end zone here. He'd love one more touchdown, get us a running clock if he gets in the end zone.
Weatherall get that?
Did he pull it in? Picked off there. Heck, you've mentioned Weatherall, such a great DB, and he makes a play right there.
How about this? You're up 28-0, and you're just going for the dagger.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
And Weatherall, boy, you know he is ticked off.
Yeah.
And again, that's the wrong guy to throw out in that
for
secondary.
Sure.
Not that there's really a right guy, but
no, he makes the play. I'm glad to see him make the play. We've talked about him for 2 weeks, and he is terrific. And then comes up with a nice play right here. It's a great catch.
By the way, that's the second interception by this secondary tonight. Remember, Zabatakis came in with one interception. I believe that's 2 weekends in a row. The quarterback comes in with one, leaves with three.
Yeah. A testament to these Ds. This Pine Forest D there makes a big time play, gets the ball back.
But
so not
you're
going
inside the one.
Yeah, of course. What else is new? And looks like they might be
Tyler Floyd at quarterback.
Okay, yeah. So Floyd is the sophomore who started last week, played the entire game. Going to hand that one off and pick up a couple there, so that's helpful. But Floyd, he's a sophomore, and Jeff, last week in the first half, he looked like he had a long way to go, but it didn't take him that long. Second half, he looked darn good.
Yeah, looked pretty good. And the other thing is he's a tough runner. He's a big-bodied quarterback. He can throw when he needs to. He's got the arm to do it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a cannon for an arm. Just got to get that accuracy in a little bit. But boy, when he runs the football, he is tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thought he might get a little playing time, as you can see there. We do have a flag on the field. Goes against Pine Forest.
Half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance. So they're going to lose a foot and a half here. And, again, I want to mention what you touched on a moment ago with Ja'Cory Thomas, who he hasn't had a great night, but it's hard to blame him for that. He has been, A, inside his own 10, B, under tremendous pressure. And I'm sure Floyd's going to feel that same heat in the final 4:15. So it's just that Choctaw D is so good. Picks up a couple yards here. So that's Lampkins who has the carry as the clock keeps rolling. So again, Ja'Cory didn't start last week, and he did get the start tonight, but it's just been too tall an order against this defense. Choctaw going to go to 4-0.
Yeah, tough. I mean, it's extremely tough for them. Again, like we said, they've had a tough stretch here as they played Daphne, they played Niceville, and they played Choctaw 3 weeks in a row. I mean,
a little option for inside the end zone. Lampkins gets some room, too. Go ahead.
I've looked at the schedules of all the teams. I can't find anything remotely close to that. Daphne over in Baldwin County, we know how good they are every single year. You got to go to Daphne. You were at home against Niceville, and you battled and just couldn't get it going. And then here, going on the road at Choctaw, the number 5 team in 4A, Boy, it's tough. And then next week you're on the road again at Crestview, who right now is up on Niceville.
Trying to beat Niceville, exactly. You know, that may be a tougher game next week than you had in mind. The Bulldogs. Interesting that they're playing Niceville like that. That game's in Crestview?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so it is 4th down and a couple here. Pine Forest going to just roll the dice.
Pine Forest will not be back home until October 17th.
Man, that's incredible. Looks like he may have gotten just enough, did Floyd, to give us a Hampton Imports 1st and 10, and those chains will move. So Pine Forest going to keep the offense here on the field as we're down to our final 3:25 to go, as you can see. Been impressed with Choctaw. Can't wait to see what they do next week against Niceville.
Yeah, big time rivalry.
Yeah.
This defense was as advertised.
Yeah, for sure. Niceville's offense, though, I think a little more prolific as Floyd keeps it there. So it'll be real interesting to see what they do next week. Remember, as we've said, they've given up 14 points this year. That came in week 1 against Gulf Shores. This will be their 3rd shutout in a row if they can seal the deal here in the final 2:45. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's going to be, man, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. So that's coming up in a week on Friday Night Rivals here. This clock keeps rolling as we're down to 2:35 and going to get a stoppage of play. It's the last thing anyone wants right now. It's like the game's done. We don't want anyone to get hurt. Referee's figuring this out here. Coach.
Defense, 15-yard penalty that results in a first down.
That's another 15-yarder. I mean, for Choctaw, that's
something they got to clean
5
up.
or 6.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few 15-yard penalties, like literally, like you said, 5 or 6. That may not hurt them tonight up 28-0, but if it's 17-14 against Niceville next week, that's the kind of thing that could change a game.
Yeah, last week we saw Deegan McCoy, the quarterback for Niceville. We'll get to see him next week.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, 200 yards passing. We saw Jacoby Gilliard, the freshman running back. Woo! Boy, was he good. I'm excited to see those two go against this defense next week.
Yeah, Gilliard was awesome. I mean, you want to talk about as advertised. First play from scrimmage, he was off to the races. And then he did it again on the second play from scrimmage, but they called it back because of a penalty. It was like, holy moly, what a night he had. So it will be very interesting to see how he does against this defense next week. Down to 2 minutes to go here. Pine Forest, 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 28-yard line on their own side of the field. This was another drive that started deep inside their own territory, inside the 5. Low snap. Tom's going to go over, Floyd rather, over the top, and out throws his man, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I don't think Charshawn Floyd saw that football.
Yeah. Charson's he's the primary target for the quarterback crew for Pine Forest, but hadn't been able to get too many opportunities tonight. He's caught a couple of passes, but that's been about it. And that's really been true on both sides. We really haven't seen big plays.
Yeah, to have 28 points.
Yeah.
We have 0 big plays.
And Jeff, I swear, just to keep tooting your horn, this is exactly how you said this would go. You know, said this won't be a lot of big plays, but it's just going to be one of these nickel and dime situations where you look up and you think, how are we down 28? And that's precisely what we've seen here. Look at this.
Right here.
Floyd, you mentioned he can run, and that's a heck of an effort there. He paid for it at the end of that run, though. Got hit coming and going, but gets out to near the Hampton Import 1st down marker. So we'll see if those chains are going to move. Looks like he's just short. Yeah, 4th down and about a yard with 1:30 to go. If they can get the 1st down, then that may be just about it. They may not try to do too much else with it. A couple of plays, no doubt, keeping it on the ground, but got to get that 1st down first, or we're going to see a changeover here. And they will.
How about that?
That's a Hampton Imports 1st and 10. As Floyd makes the carry, picks up about 5 or 6. Did a nice job there. So the chains most definitely will move, and we're approaching the 1 minute mark here. looking very likely that Choctaw is going to get the shutout. And Jeff, at this point, 3 straight shutouts, it's a thing, right? I mean, it's like
that's a real thing.
Yeah, if you're the defense here, you're like, we don't want to give up any points at this point. How long can we keep this train rolling? Look at Floyd, pump fake and beauty.
Yeah, 2 is fun. 3 is a party.
Yeah, it's like here we go, and how long can we keep it going here? As we may have 1 or 2 max more plays from scrimmage here to go ahead and end this game. It's 2nd down and 8, 30 seconds on the clock.
Don't forget, we got our school bus stop of the game we'll give away. We've got our jeans floor covering player of the game and our Boutwell Air Masters sack of the game, with the main trophy, thanks to Award Masters, being passed out to, unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
No, I think it's safe. I think
That
28
would
is
be
going to be insurmountable
Yeah,
at this point.
that would be Make's Sports Center if that were to happen.
Yikes.
So they throw, and that stops the clock with 17.9 to go. 3rd down now and 8 for this Pine Forest offense. See if Coach wants to throw it again or gonna run it on the ground. A run play here may just end the game, so we'll see what happens. Sure enough, going to keep it on the ground. Nice big hole, but picked up about 3. Not enough for the 1st down. I doubt it's going to matter. I think that's probably going to be our final play. And Choctaw is going to get this shutout. That's 3 straight games. They've not yielded a single point. Very impressive. Your final score here on Friday Night Rivals: the Choctaw Indians 28, the Pine Forest Eagles do not score. So the game is over, but the celebration just beginning. Stay with us, folks. We've got a lot to do when we come back. A coach interview, a trophy ceremony, player of the game, and some other good stuff too.
You're watching Gene's Floor Covering, Friday Night Rivals.
All right, we are back, and as promised, we've got some stuff to do, which includes, of course, giving away some hardware, giving you a player of the game, and all that good stuff. And I know that Coach Beasley's on his way over to hook up with Haley Samples, and there you can see the Choctaw Indians are all running down as well. They want that trophy from Awards Masters, and I cannot blame them. So, Haley, I know you're standing there. I know that everyone's starting to gather around you. Be careful.
Oh, yeah,
As I can see a big smile there. Let's go to you, Haley.
All right, clearly we got an excited team. I'm back with Coach Beasley here with Choctaw. Congratulations on tonight's win. What was the key to success in tonight's game for you all?
We played as a team. You know, we dealt with some adversity, and you know, the kids battled back, and we had a good halftime. And coaches made good adjustments. Our defense played really well. Offense knew we could get to them in the second half and really impose our will on them and do those things. We're playing good team football right now. Our guys got to stay together and do those things, and we'll get to where we want to go.
You all are walking away with this victory right in your own backyard. What does that mean for you and your players here?
Yeah, it's good. We love winning at home, and we look forward to doing all those things. And we got a long ways to go. We know we got a big one next week. We've been looking forward to it for a while. We've circled it. We're going to be ready to roll as a team and do those things. I'm really proud of all of our guys and our coaches.
Well, as an extra congratulations, we want to present you guys with none other than the Friday Night Rivals Trophy. Congratulations!
All right, Haley, now get out of there.
All right, I'll let you guys go ahead and celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, so Jeff, before we get to the awards, I do want to point out, you heard Coach say, got a big one next week. We've had it circled, so he is pumped.
He knows. I mean, that's one that everybody around the town, you know, we were just hanging out at the coffee shop on, you know, Monday. No, we weren't. But no, I mean, it's obviously everybody right down the road, big-time rivals.
Oh, yeah.
You know, how many times have players transferred from one school to the other? They all know each other. They all go hang out the same places. Like, man, it's going to be fun next week.
That's going to be great. We'll have it for you here. But for this moment in time, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know you've got some awards to give out.
Oh, man, do I. And let's start with the school bus stop of the game.
This was awesome.
Well, Mr. Thomas, high snap tries to look at him. He's making some plays
Look
right
good
here,
for
by
a
the
minute.
way. Well, there's an issue. He ran into a buzzsaw. My goodness, and that buzzsaw is none other than Alante Reese. How about this watch? Again, we were talking about, we're like, oh, look at this. He's about to turn this into a big gain. And then Reese says, hey, where you going? By the way, folks, again, I said this. Young cats at home, if you're watching, you're learning how to play defense. That is textbook wrap up right there. Punish the defender. I tell you what, man, that is a heck of a school bus stop of the game. One of the best we've had all year long. Mr. Alante Reese, congratulations.
Awesome.
Oh, we've got a Beltwell Airmasters sack of the game. Well, there was actually quite a few. You know, we've actually kind of struggled to figure out which one we were going to choose in weeks past. Well, not too hard in this game right here. Ellis Alloway, number 0, all night long. The Alloway brothers, Mario Alloway and Ellis Alloway. Don't know if they're brothers, excuse me, right there. But I'll call them the Alloway brothers on defense. Holy cow, those cats are fast and are Boutwell Airmaster sack of the game. Ellis Alloway shot out like a cannon. Not just this play, all
He was
night
awesome.
long.
He was awesome.
In our jeans floor covering player of the game, listen, I'll go back and I'll go ahead and say it. I was going to give this to Mario Alloway earlier on in the game, and then this man would not stop. Mr. Vaughn, don't call me Miller, Keller. Vaughn Keller ran like a man
He was
possessed.
awesome.
I mean, look, he's not the fastest guy on the field, but I tell you what he is. He's shifty, and he is, look at this, it's like a bowling ball. Good luck trying to tackle this man with one guy. I think I saw it happen one time tonight, and he always falls forward for positive yards. There is something to be said about that. For a young man that comes into this game with 87 yards, we saw him last year a little bit. If you're a Choctaw alum, you remember Cole Tabb. I bring it up because he was such a special running back for this organization, running for thousands and thousands of yards. Heck, he might hold the record, but I tell you what, if Vaughn Keller runs like this for the rest of the season, good luck anybody else that's in this young man's way. Well-deserved our jeans floor covering player of the game, Vaughn Keller, young man. Heck of a game for you. And Christian, before I send it back over to you, I do want to go ahead and appreciate Reef Runner Remodeling and Repair, our scholar athletes, Ashton LeBurge for Choctaw and Travion Johnson for Pine Forest High. will be competing for a $5,000 scholarship from Reef Runner Remodeling and Repair. Appreciate them, and shout out to those young men.
Heck yeah, that is awesome, and good luck as well. So there you have it, the trophy ceremony, the awards, the final score. Choctaw 28, Pine Forest nothing. We certainly appreciate you joining us. 25 minutes from right now, you've got Friday Night Rivals with Steve Nissom on WEAR. For Jeff and Haley and all of the team here at Friday Night Rivals, we're so glad you joined us. We'll see you in a week, and it should be a good one. Choctaw, this undefeated team, heading to Niceville, right up the road. We'll see you then.
Closed captioning for Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Baptist Healthcare.